Back again.
Back
on
again.
The live stream.
You wanna hold this?
Man, I should have done my hair a little. How's my hair? Yeah, it's very messy.
You're gorgeous.
Gonna have to deal with the messy hair, people. So who's first?
Let's see who first.
That is always the big question, right?
Yeah. Who will be first?
No, I mean in the chat. In the comments.
Wait, if you're gonna hold this one, because this one says already a vegan message and we don't want it. Young blood. Hello, young blood. Hey, Martin.
Martin. Hello. How's Spain?
Okay, I put it also on Do Not Disturb so that we don't get phone calls. Let's see if we can get some people to speak to us.
See if we can veganize some people today.
Yeah, let's get some people going.
Yeah.
Let's get them going. Yeah, some conversations.
Let's do it. Let's muscle them into veganism.
You guys want to have a conversation?
We don't bite.
I hope so.
Yeah. How long has it been since you've bitten anyone?
Since I've bitten anyone. Like in a sexual manner?
Can be sexual, can be aggressive, can be because you wanted to eat someone.
Well, I definitely didn't want to eat anyone so far.
Okay.
Bite them in a sexual manner? I don't know, man. What, March?
2 weeks ago?
No,
Okay.
maybe like a month and a half.
Oh, right.
A month and a half, something like that.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Bite them in a sexual manner. Yeah, I've not done it in a while. Not been that horny.
Want to have a conversation? Hey, Lynn. Nice to see you here.
Yeah, my daughter, she's into a biting streak. Actually, she's
Oh,
yeah. But it's actually kind of my fault because I sometimes bite her a little bit,
yeah.
just for fun. You know, she likes it. She starts to laugh and so on. But then when she bites back, she bites really hard. You know.
Oh.
So it's actually very confusing for her because I do it and it's fun, and she does it and then she gets well, not punished, but like.
What's your goal with the social experience?
Just ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit.
Sorry?
We ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit. You want to try it?
Oh, I think a lot, huh?
Okay.
Are you okay with being live on YouTube?
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So depends on what it's for. Still
Well,
a social experience.
It's an ethical issue that we want to talk about with you.
Okay, en jullie zijn het Engels?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
in
English.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
What's your
yeah.
name?
Marjolein. Hi.
Marjolein,
nice
I'm
to
Jeff.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Marjolein.
Well, hey. So yeah, it's an ethical issue. Do you think you are a moral person? Somebody who, like, when you have a certain morality, a principle that you stick to it?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's test that then a little bit. So, do you think like we shouldn't unnecessarily hurt or kill anybody?
I think so. Yes, absolutely.
So, also when that includes, let's say, very mentally handicapped people, for example.
Yeah.
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 Or when they have a lot of hair, for example.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it's still, we shouldn't unnecessarily hurt or kill them?
Yeah, I still
Yeah?
think you shouldn't. Yeah.
What if they're not our species? Let's say they are maybe a dolphin or so. Do you think we shouldn't unnecessarily hurt or kill dolphins?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, does this include also dogs?
Yeah.
And does it also include cows and pigs
Yeah.
and chickens?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. Are you vegan then?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
You are vegan. Hell yeah.
Found a vegan.
How long have you been vegan for?
Well, more vegetarian, to be honest.
more
Oh,
For a
no.
long, long
Here you
time.
go.
Even my mother was that already, and that was quite special in those days. I'm old, but she was even older.
Wait, but do you consume dairy products? Like,
Sorry?
do you consume cheese or dairy products?
Yeah, I do cheese and butter. Yeah.
But do you know
Yeah.
what happens for milk? Like, do you know what cows go through for milk?
Yeah, I know.
You know?
So
Yeah.
can you tell us what
Yeah.
do they go
No,
through?
no, I don't want to talk about that. I hate it. I
Yeah.
can't even watch videos on YouTube or whatever.
But they do
But-
cause unnecessary harm to them, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
That you don't even want to talk about it, but you consume the products that are that directly pay for this to happen.
Well, no, I try to do, biological thing. I do
Yeah.
know what you mean.
So do you know what happens to biological cows then?
Yeah,
How do they get
I
treated?
know.
Do you know that they get forcefully inseminated?
So, yeah, I know, and it's just, the same with everything. I do agree if you're completely all the way, then you shouldn't do that either.
But
can
it's not just all the way. It's just being, like having a moral principle and sticking to it. Like if you say you don't want to, you're not agreeing with unnecessary harm or suffering or killing, then butter and even like biological butter and cheese, they cost this to immensely.
Yeah, but how many people do you think stick to the 100%?
Does it matter?
100 million people are vegan in the world right now.
Yeah, but
100 million.
that's only since a few years. And
Yeah, but it's-
How many people respect
double
women?
your age, and in the time that I was sort of
Are you going to
fighting
make
for
excuses
things.
now? Is that it?
No, I'm not making.
Because you said you absolutely agree with that. You're a moral person, and that
I'm,
if you
I'm
have
just
a
being
principle,
honest. I could have said to you, no, I don't eat cheese either.
But do you think you're
Sometimes
causing
you can
unnecessary
change,
harm?
right?
Yeah. Do you think you're causing unnecessary harm?
No, this conversation, in my opinion, is not going the right way.
But do you think you're causing
I
unnecessary
fully
harm?
agree with you that you shouldn't hurt people.
But do you think
should
they're
hurt.
hurt? Animals are hurt in the production of cheese, for example?
Yes, absolutely.
So,
But
then
I've
what's
got lots.
stopping you?
But I think people hurt each other as well. Huh?
but that's not the justification for you to hurt somebody else also in the process. So how is it justified for you to, without any necessity behind it, pay for an animal to get hurt so that you get something out of it? Cheese.
Yeah, but like I said, I could have been completely dishonest to you. And
But
said,
being honest-
I don't even eat cheese.
But being honest about something horrific
But
you
if
do doesn't make it
something
better,
for a
does it?
No, it doesn't. But
Yeah.
it's completely different than if you're all the way doing everything. I agree with you.
it's not very hard to go all the way. I mean,
I know.
I mean,
I've
and-
been there
and-
as well, huh?
yeah.
I live, twice
So-
your
So
age.
then you're not.
Yeah.
I'm 40 or 43.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm 68.
Yeah, so you're not twice. So
Well,
yeah. But
almost.
but listen, you've been there. You've been vegan, right?
Yeah.
So you know that it's not hard, and you know what happens to these animals. At least you say you know what
but
happens
can
to
I
these
ask you
animals.
something? Can I ask you something?
Yeah, but is
What's
it going
the-
to be a
what's the-
whataboutism? Is it going to be like you're not perfect, therefore it is okay for me not to be perfect?
No,
Okay,
I think
right.
it's
Okay.
everybody's own
So
choice.
Go ahead. Then.
Own
Ask me-
choice.
Ask me a question.
Yeah, but do you think how many people are really completely honest about everything? There's a younger generation now that's completely, I'm vegan, and they do that for 2 years.
Yeah.
But you can lie to us or be honest with us. It doesn't matter. At the end of the
does
day,
it matter?
you will go home after this conversation or wherever you go, and you can go out there and for all we know, you can rape an animal. If for all we know, it doesn't really matter what you do. You can say that you do everything. What
That's
we're
right.
saying is that in what it is that you do, when you say you buy dairy products, if
Yeah,
you
but
actually do buy dairy products,
you've-
you're
got
supporting
a
the
point.
rape, exploitation, abuse, and slaughter
You've
of
got a
cows.
point.
That's all we're
So-
saying. It doesn't matter if you're honest or not honest. What matters is if you're honest with yourself.
That's
because
right.
with
Always.
yourself,
But
yeah.
that's also always because you've got
So
to
you-
look in the mirror yourself.
So
each
honestly,
day,
are you honest
each
with
day.
yourself that you
So
are
what's your
doing
whole
something that's
goal of
against
this
your
social
values?
experiment? That you just want to make sure that people are completely
We're fighting for
all the
animal
way.
rights. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
fighting for
that's
animal
good.
rights.
You know-
That's beautiful. Yeah.
I mean, it's really terrible what happens to these cows.
It is. It is.
And as long as people are paying for it, it happens.
Yeah,
So what
true.
we want is we want people to stop paying for it. That's
Yeah.
all there is to
Do you
it.
think that will work in the end?
It
Yeah.
works sometimes, yeah. I mean, we've
Yeah,
been-
maybe I'm a
we've
bit
had-
more
we've-
skeptical
We've
because-
had lots of good conversations, yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than doing nothing, that's for sure.
That's what
Or supporting
that's always
it.
with everything, huh?
Or supporting it, which is what you do right
And
now.
also,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people watching on this live stream, right? And they're having debates and so on, So we're
Which is
getting
good.
this.
I think
we're
that-
trying to get this message out there, and yes, it is working to an extent,
Yeah. Okay.
And so, I
And
mean,
it's good,
but-
I'm proud that you're doing that, but I'm also a bit skeptical, and that's maybe.
But what do you want to do about your responsibility?
Don't go back to that because we had
That's
that
the only thing we
conversation.
want
But this
to
is
talk about.
so. Listen, we can
Okay.
speak about other people. The problem is when
You
we
know,
try to speak about
I think
other.
you're doing a great job, but I'm going to finish this conversation.
You're free to leave. Just be aware that you can
You're making me
divulge
look
your
like
responsibility.
If I'm a completely insane person, I'm not, and
No,
I
we
do.
don't.
No. But you know,
I don't know why you feel that way, but we're not responsible for it. We're just telling you the responsibility you have towards these animals. When you're choosing to buy these products, you're responsible for their exploitation
I've
and
got your
slaughter.
point already. You can repeat it a billion times.
So how many more animals should be exploited, abused, and slaughtered for you going
I'm going to finish this
forward?
conversation, and I think you're a bit too pushy. I fully agree.
Would you want
and
somebody who fights for your rights to be like, yeah, it's okay, violate her rights from time to time, or would you want somebody to say, no, fucking stop?
You're a bit pushy.
Yeah, well, I'm
And I
pushy
don't
because I
like
fight
that.
for somebody else's rights. I'm not fighting for me. I'm not fighting for him. I'm fighting for some beings that have
Do you agree
absolutely
that it's
no right.
horrible what happens to these cows?
Absolutely.
So why do you pay for it then?
You know, you're accusing me now.
I'm not
if
accusing. Is it the fact that you're paying for it or not?
We're not
Yes or
making
no?
any conclusion whether you're
Is
a
it the
good person
fact-
or a
to
bad
finish the
person.
conversation?
You're
Is
just
it?
paying
But
for
is
it.
it?
Good luck
Is
with
it the
everything.
fact that you're paying for it? Yes or
Ciao.
no?
Bye.
Bye. I mean, it
fuck.
started with a high five,
Yeah, started kind of
and then it went completely downhill.
plop. Okay, I don't know what does plop mean.
Plop means like, whoop.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it.
It's too bad, you know.
Yeah, it was too bad.
I
Like
mean, it's like you're
she got
like
really.
vegetarians. They stand at the goal. Like the goal is there, you know. The ball is here. The goal is there. All they need to do is like, tick, you know, and it's a goal, you know. You're there, but that last little bit, you know.
She felt really, really guilty. That's what it was.
Yeah.
She
You're
felt
trying
really guilty.
to shame me. You're trying to.
No,
make
it
me
wasn't.
feel
I was just
guilty.
explaining her responsibility, and she's like, no, don't stop talking about my responsibility. Let's talk about others, though, right? That's what she was doing. It's like, no, man, that's not what we're here for. We're here to, you know, you're responsible for some animals.
It's really shitty when you're. I mean, when it's like you're almost there. You know?
Yeah.
Just the last little bit.
Last little bit.
But
Well,
then
thank
she-
God you're here and you're like, because you speak Dutch, because otherwise they would have said, you know, all these foreigners coming to my country. That's what they say to me a lot of times. So when they get triggered.
But she was also like using the age card, you know, like I'm twice your age, you know. No, you're not. You know, fuck you, you're not. You know.
Well, that was a compliment to you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 43. You know, I have my life well in order. You know,
So you
I have
look
a daughter,
30
etc. You know,
so you look
I'm
33
not some
to
little
her.
pussy guy. You know, I'm not a little boy standing on the street. You know, I know what I'm talking about. Like, don't play the age card with me. I mean, both my parents are older than her, and they're all vegan. You know, even my parents' in-laws, they are vegan. You know? So don't play the fucking age card. You know.
Let's go.
She's just unwilling to change. That's all there is to it, you know.
How many insects are stuck in the front of your Subaru?
My Subaru.
Yeah, in front of the Subaru. That's literally what it says. Or do insects' lives not matter? Wait, dude, we just biked here. What are you talking about?
How are we against insects?
Yeah.
Just because some insects get hurt while, you know,
Well, it's
making plant food. Is that it?
it's a what do you call it? Oh shit, the science told us.
I mean, in order to feed animals, you also have to grow plants, because what do you think these animals eat, you know? That's clear, you know, like the number one use of land, like agricultural land, is for animals. And that only provides like 18% of the calories, you know?
It's
So-
just virtue signaling, man.
I mean, biodiversity laws, like the number one driver of biodiversity laws is animal agriculture. You can look that up. That's a fucking fact, you know?
it's just
So
virtue
I'm
signaling.
not against insects.
It's just virtue signaling, because come on, let's face it. If you provide me with an alternative and I'm like, no, I refuse to take the alternative, then you're actually doing something. But like, if you're just saying, well, what you're doing is bad, then it doesn't really work, does it? Because that's what we do. We don't just tell people what you do is bad. We have alternatives. You know, you can be vegan.
Yeah.
That's the alternative.
The funny thing is, this woman actually said that what we do is good.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really good what you do, but I'm not going to
Not
change.
towards me. Not towards me.
Yeah,
Not towards me.
Let's talk about the world. Let's not talk about me.
Yeah.
And my responsibility and
Not.
my part.
Nope.
No.
You wanna have a conversation? It's okay. We'll get somewhere. The wind is really dickish today.
It's perfect weather now.
It is. It's just the signs. I have to keep an eye on
I
them.
hope they don't fly into the canal again.
Yeah, then I have to catch them again.
What do you guys say? Should we show the canals? Because there's a canal right there.
Yeah, people don't know that there's a canal here, huh?
I mean, the canals are beautiful to watch.
I think kind of boring. I think I like watching the people coming here more. Yeah.
It's your live stream.
Yeah. It's like let's take some questions from the chat. What if you can't eat soy?
What if you can't eat soy?
Yeah.
Can you eat something else?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like you have to eat soy all day as a vegan.
Yeah, and if you can't eat soy, you already probably are having a very difficult time because soy is in absolutely everything nowadays. So if you can't eat soy,
It's
you're
still
already
bad because soy is an amazing product.
freaking amazing.
Contains so much nutritional value,
Yeah.
protein, and it's
Yeah.
ubiquitous to grow everywhere. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's
You can
if
make
there
so many products out of it as well.
if there ever were a superfood, soy would be it.
Yeah. I mean, this soy gets totally. How to say?
Okay, type a 1 in the chat if you're vegan, type a 2 if you're thinking about going vegan, and type everything else, anything else, or absolutely anything else you want to type. Oh, hold the sign. If you think we are extremely cool. Anything else if you think we are cool. Okay, a lot of people who think we're cool. Also a lot of vegans, nice to see. See, Joey thinks we're cool. Yeah, A-Bum thinks we're cool. Nice, a lot of people think we're cool. Appreciate it. We are very cool, yeah.
You know what is funny? I have this little prediction in my head.
Yeah.
And it's like, for example, when I asked this woman, do you think you're a moral person? And she went, absolutely. That's when I knew, or at least, in my head.
Okay.
Right. In my head, then at least I went like, okay, this is going to be a bad conversation,
Yeah.
Because when people are so convinced of themselves, it usually doesn't turn well, when you try to change them,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I guess I've had so many of these conversations, and every time somebody is really convinced that they're a moral person, it doesn't work that well.
I wish I had my sunglasses.
Or, and that's another thing that can happen. You ask them a question about animals, and they get all upset because they are like, or it's about dogs, and they get super upset and emotional about it. Like, what would you do if somebody kicks a dog? What would you do? Oh, and I would go and kick them
have a
back,
conversation?
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you okay
Hey.
being live on YouTube?
You're alive?
Yeah.
Russ, nice to meet you.
Nice
Wait,
to meet
give me
you.
1 second, let me start this.
Russ.
Russ.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about you?
Amsterdam.
How are
Chip.
you?
Chip, nice to meet you. I'm
Nice-
Chip.
nice
Russ, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're on holiday?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually doing a little bit of work. It's funny. So I do social media in America. I have a pretty big following for selling cars.
Okay.
And the Netherlands and Belgium Car Dealer Association, like all of the dealerships, they have like annual meetings, just like what can we do to sell more cars, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm out here to talk to them about doing social media.
Okay.
That's why I'm here, yeah.
And I see you're wearing glasses with cameras.
Yeah, you guys, these aren't popular over here. We get the meta glasses. Like I just
Yeah.
took a
It's the
picture.
meta glasses.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Is it also like you can see like
So not,
augmented reality through that?
nah, I think they have a version of that.
Okay.
I just want pictures and videos, but
All right.
those are pretty cool. What they do, they don't have Dutch yet, but they also can translate different languages,
Oh, that's cool.
like live. So if you spoke like German, I could turn it on, then it would like,
Oh, wow.
you'd talk, and then it would try to understand and then say it in these have my headphones in them.
Wow, fucking
Yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah, that's super
that's
cool.
very nice.
Yeah, so you're from US, so I'll ask you a bit of a different question than we usually ask people because you speak better English. What's your take on oppression? Do you think oppression is ever justified?
Is it ever justified to oppress people?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a deep question.
Well, let me put it this way. Do you think the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless?
No, of course not. Of
No.
course not. I mean, it's the powerful that are only powerful because of the majority of people. I wouldn't say just the powerless, but it's like the people that, at least where I come from, we put them in those positions. We voted for them or voted against them, but, they have to win the popular vote from the majority of people. So
Does it matter if the powerful have done it their whole life, if it's a tradition, if it's they've been taught to do it this way, or if they get benefit from oppressing?
No, and sometimes people do things they don't even realize. Like they did this monkey experiment where when a monkey would climb to the top of a ladder and get a banana, all the monkeys got shocked. So what would happen is eventually the monkeys would beat up the monkey that go up the ladder. And then 3 generations later of these monkeys being in this experiment, the monkeys that had never gotten shocked, didn't know why you should beat up the monkey that goes up the ladder, were all beating up the monkeys. They had no reason why they were doing that.
They were just doing it because
they were still doing it, but they didn't have no clue
That's actually a very good reference to what we're speaking. Yeah. So what about the powerless? If the powerless don't realize that they're oppressed, maybe they're intellectually challenged. If the powerless can't fight the oppression because they're in that position, if they're does it any of this matter? Does it matter if they're part of a different biological group than the powerful?
No, and I think that's why some like third world countries are getting really scared of these, because the reason you're powerless is usually you don't have education. Yeah. And you have access to so much information and education. I think it was don't quote me on the country that just like overthrew their country, maybe not Indonesia, it was whatever country it was, because they banned social media, because social media is the new town hall. It connects people.
But what if they can't access social media? They can't read. They're they're severely intellectually challenged. Yeah. Is it okay to oppress severely intellectually challenged individuals?
I mean, I at that specific scenario, which is not very specific, I would say no.
Yeah.
Of course.
But they wouldn't know that you're oppressing them.
There's always exceptions to the rules. Like, is there?
But why would that be wrong? Because they wouldn't know that we're oppressing them. So why would that be wrong?
Yeah, I mean, so in America, everyone has, rights and liberties and the freedom to pursue happiness. So I think that's a big one. So if you're...
But let's say legally they wouldn't have that, because I don't want to go for laws, right? Like, I'm interested in morally or your values. Why would that be wrong? I'm assuming you would think it's wrong to take an intellectually challenged person, even if you have the legal right to oppress them, you would still think it's wrong to oppress them, even though you could benefit from it.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how deep you go. Like, is it wrong to put a mentally handicapped person in a home? And you're technically oppressing them. If they try to leave the home, you tell them, no, you're not allowed to leave the home.
Well, if you're doing it for your benefit and not theirs, yes, it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's like a child, right? When you take care of a child, if you're doing something to the child for your benefit, not for theirs, if you're not looking after their interest, then it's wrong. Is it safe to assume that when somebody has power over somebody else, they have to look after their interest if they can exert that power over them?
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, you got to look after your interests as well.
Yeah.
If you do,
but not in the detriment of the other's interests, right?
Parents don't oppress their children, right? It's not that, we wouldn't call that oppression.
Yeah.
Because in that case, what we're doing we do have power over them, but we also think about their best interest.
Yeah.
So that's why we're doing some of the things that they may not like, like take the candy away or something like that.
But let's get to the point of view. Are we oppressing animals?
Are we oppressing animals?
Yeah.
I would say, probably.
We're being cruel and unjust towards them, right?
Overall, I would say corporate greed has...
Not even that. If we choose to farm an animal, is that a form of oppression?
By your definition, and the one we just came up with, yes.
Well, it's not my definition. It's the definition in the dictionary. Yeah. Prolonged, cruel, and unjust treatment.
Yeah, I guess it depends how you're farming the animals too. You know what I mean? Like some people that farm animals recreate what it literally would be in real life with a little bit of safety.
And then they kill them.
And then sometimes, not always.
Would it be fair if
farming doesn't always end with killing?
It always, 100% of the time. But like if we did the same thing to a human being, would it be oppressive?
Say that one more time.
If we did exactly the same thing to a human being, would it be oppressive? If we farmed human beings.
Yeah, so yes. You breed them, you keep them in an enclosure, and then you kill them.
Yes, that would be, yeah.
So why wouldn't it be oppressive towards animals also?
It just depends, do you put humans on the same...
It doesn't matter in this context, right? Like, it doesn't matter...
Wait, okay, give me like 1 more minute.
It doesn't matter how you value them. At the end of the day, in isolation, it's oppression because of the act that's being done towards them. It doesn't matter what species they're in.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I guess it just depends if you believe that survival of the fittest and the animals that are the...
Survival of the fittest applies also amongst the same species. So you could say if I have power over you, it's survival of the fittest if I choose to kill you. In fact, survival of the fittest does apply to the same species because that's what it is. It's natural selection.
Yeah.
And that's within the same species. It's not within
And a lot of species will band together in the pursuit of making their species better.
Do you consume animal products? I know you have to go, so I'm just going...
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Yes. I actually, in America, I'm not eating here because it's very tough, eat 100% carnivore diet. So I only eat red
Do you
meat.
recognize that you are oppressing animals while at the same time by only being carnivore you're also detrimental to your health?
I would disagree with the second part, but the first part...
Sure, I mean I'm a nutritionist, but okay, don't trust me. Go
Yeah.
with whatever you want to go
Well, there's
with.
also nutritionists that only eat carnivore as well, and
Sure,
I've done
but they're-
extensive research
Sure,
on it.
whatever, but they're kind of stupid. But like, let's go with this.
Well, somebody who isn't open-minded to other discussions
Well, we have
is
empirical
actually the
data.
definition
We
of
have empirical
stupid.
data. We have empirical data showing that
The smartest people realize they don't know a lot.
Sure. Well, I
So
don't know a lot.
Stupid people call other people stupid.
Sure,
Gentlemen.
Sure, but
which I do
I'm
have
not.
to have
I'm
a
not.
baby.
I'm not a person who calls. I don't claim I know a lot. I just know that the carnivore diet is stupid. But either way, when
But
you
you don't
oppress
know.
sentient,
You
I
don't
know.
know.
I know because it's saturated fat. It's
See, you're out here to
cholesterol.
argue, not
it's,
understand. I've tried to
it's red
understand
meat,
your
which causes colon cancer. But on top of all of this, you're oppressing innocent animals. What justifies doing
Hey,
that?
I hope this makes
I'm
you
not
feel
gonna
really good
shake your
at that.
hand, man. I'm not gonna shake
Well,
your
when I go
hand.
back there,
If you're
I'll
gonna
eat a nice
continue
big
oppressing
T-bone
animals,
for you.
I mean, you're not oppressing me. You're oppressing babies like your baby. That's what you're doing. Yeah, we need to get to the conversation faster. That was way too long. He was way too long of a conversation person.
Yeah, I mean, he's very comfortable in front of the camera. So every question you asked him, he gave not only the answer but also like an anecdote with it. So.
Yeah.
And then it went completely off rails. So
Yeah.
that was a shitty conversation.
It was a shitty conversation, yeah. It wasn't great because we couldn't get to any point. And also he thinks, no, I just said that, I don't think he's stupid. I think the carnivore diet is stupid.
I think actually
It is pretty stupid.
I think actually my approach, the script that we just did, is a little bit better than the oppression.
Oh, it definitely is compared to this, but next time I'll do slavery. So you do your approach next and then I'll do slavery.
Okay, but I get to go next.
Yeah. Yeah, we do 1-1.
Yeah. Okay. Because I don't know the oppression thing. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know what oppression is. That's the
He
problem.
knew,
I don't think he knew.
but
Because he just talked about what politicians do and stuff.
yeah. Oh my God, the carnivore diet. What a fucking
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah, well,
Oh
I don't know if he's an idiot, but like the carnivore diet is a stupid diet. So whether you consume animal products or not, everyone listening to this, the carnivore diet is a beyond stupid diet. It's just you will be metabolically unhealthy by consuming that diet. You will be metabolically unhealthy. You will have issues with your heart. You will have issues with your colon. You will suffer in the end. Maybe
no
you'll
fiber diet. Like,
yeah,
what a
like
brilliant
that's,
idea.
it's just a stupid thing. Like
Every type of nutritional research in the world says that the more plant-based you eat, the better it is for your
Exactly.
health. I mean, science is pretty much in agreement on this. And
It is,
now
yeah.
come these people that say, okay, let's only eat meat. You know, like
but even
even a diet of just one thing only is just a fucking stupid diet. Even if it contains a lot of nutrients. Like if you're gonna eat like one thing, you know, eat sweet potato, for example. You know, that's the number
Can I have a
one.
conversation?
Hi.
Hi.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Animals.
About animals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all animals.
We're all
Yeah,
animals.
sure.
We agree.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah,
I love
sure.
the Free Palestine thing, huh?
Yeah, we're going from one manifestation to the next.
Oh, great.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Is this live on YouTube?
I am live on YouTube, yes.
YouTube. How many followers are on YouTube?
Oh, not like 8,000, not a lot.
Nice.
You want to try it? Is that okay?
Sure.
Are you okay being live on YouTube also?
Yeah, maybe that's a little bit of a thing.
Do you consent also for her? She consented, you consented? Can you also consent for her? If not, you know.
Yeah, maybe we don't do it live on YouTube.
That's okay. We
I
can stay there if you want because you're not on camera if you stay there. Let me just adjust this other camera so that you're not in there.
At least you're not on camera now.
Ah,
Yeah. Are
is
you
it like
okay
a
with
long
that?
conversation or?
No, we can have a short
Depends.
conversation.
All right.
So,
What's your name, by the way?
yeah,
Let's just start
I'm
with
Kai. Nice to meet
Kai,
you.
nice to
Kai.
meet you. What's your name?
Lobo,
Lidna?
Lynn,
Lynn. I'm Chip.
Kai and Lynn. That's nice.
Yeah.
Are you from Amsterdam?
Yeah.
Cool. So, do you agree that we shouldn't unnecessarily hurt or kill anybody?
Anybody.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily hurt or kill
Any
anybody?
innocent body.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. Great. So, does anybody include animals?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you vegan then?
No, I'm not vegan. I
Okay.
think we don't eat a lot of meat, but
Oh, you eat meat also, yeah?
yeah, sometimes maybe like 2 or 3 times a week.
So, do you understand that the rule that you agreed to just now
Did I
is
break
in,
it?
is in
Yeah, that you
conflict
break it.
Yeah.
with what you are doing?
But then I guess like you would talk about what's necessary and
Yeah.
unnecessary.
It's not necessary to eat meat. I've not eaten meat 26 years.
Yeah.
There are more than 1 billion people on the planet who never eat meat.
Yeah.
It's definitely not necessary to eat meat.
Yeah.
Not
So
for
you do realize that there's no necessity in eating meat.
not for nutrition or food satisfaction.
Do you agree with that? That there's no necessity there? I mean,
think-
1 billion people.
Yeah. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
A billion people.
More than
Was
a
that
billion,
50
actually.
million smokers? Can't be wrong.
Well, we have data. We don't like
Yeah,
this
I
isn't
mean,
our opinion.
yeah,
Actually, vegetarians and vegans, they live longer. There's good studies on that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he's a certified nutritionist.
Yeah.
You can look it up online. You can talk to ChatGPT. You can be totally healthy and be thriving. You can be a top athlete like
Yeah.
Novak Djokovic. You can be Lewis Hamilton. You can be Serena Williams.
Are any of those?
All of those are
people,
plant-based.
Like vegans?
Yeah, they're vegan. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Novak Djokovic is a vegan diet.
Well, he's on a plant-based diet.
Nice.
Yeah, being vegan is about the animals.
How would you? I think it's also about how you're sort of raised, and then I went from
Yeah.
like walking into the supermarket thinking like, okay, I'm gonna start with the meat, and how do I build like what am
Right.
I gonna cook? To like, okay, we'll buy it for a week, and then like, okay, I have a lot of these vegan options, but then they are all sort of like they kind of look like meat supplements, right? And,
Yeah.
Like, it looks kind of like
Yeah, there's alternatives, right? There's
like what kind
plant-based
of alternatives?
meats.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's plant-based
So many
meats, there's
alternatives,
tofu,
yeah.
there's a lot of alternatives that we can find for food, and we can provide you with resources for that. But being vegan is not about the food, it's about respecting the animals, right?
Yeah.
I love that you have the Free Palestine thing, because in reality, I think like the plight that the Palestinian people suffer for is exactly, it's oddly similar to what the animals suffer for. Because in reality, the only reason why Israel is doing this to Palestine is because they want to, not because they need to, or there's no, like sure, there was some form of response at some point, but it's nowhere near proportional now. So it's the same thing with animals now. We don't need to do this to them. We do it because we want or because we're used to doing it.
Yeah.
Do you think that is justified what we do to animals?
No, I don't think that's. I don't think that at all.
Yeah.
I think that the whole bio meat industry is disgusting and has a lot of economic sway and lobbying power, and I think that's
Right.
That's not something that I want to contribute to.
Great. So then, I mean, I'm not here. We're not here to judge you, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
we also all grew up, you know, eating meat and so on. But there's a possibility for you to change, you know.
Yeah.
And because the reason to change is because right now, what you say are your morals, and what you do are in conflict.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So the only way to get them, you know, aligned again is to go vegan, because you know, I'm not even talking only about meat, but also about the dairy and the egg industry, which in the end, all these animals get killed as well, and in the process, they get hurt a lot actually, and they don't have pretty nice lives. So,
rough,
and
man.
it's actually it's a big issue. You know, you care about Palestine, I care about it as well. You know, and you care about other issues, but when you think about the animals, they have it the worst in this planet. There's 90 billion land animals that we kill each year. 90 billion, you
Yeah.
know, that's
Yeah.
10 times as
We're sort of like really leading on that, right?
right. I mean, we kill 15 million pigs in this year,
Yeah.
in this country every year.
Yeah.
Do you know how we
That's
kill
almost
pigs, by the way?
one per inhabitant.
Yeah, I think it's in a really rough, non-child-friendly manner that happens.
Yeah. And pigs, they are smarter than dogs. So if
Yeah.
you care about dogs, then why not care about pigs?
Yeah.
You care about pigs? I like it.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
So then don't eat them. That's all there is to it.
That's all there is. We're not telling you to fight for the animals. We're telling you to not be the enemy of the
I
animals.
didn't know that those athletes were actually vegan. That I
Yeah.
find quite
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's totally fine to not
Do
know
they
that.
have
huh?
like any? Do they publish on what kind of diet they're like? What do they eat on a daily basis?
I'll provide you with resources on
Venus
that.
Williams is very outspoken about it,
Yeah.
for example.
Right.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
look her up. Yeah, and Lewis Hamilton is also very outspoken about
Nice.
it. Yeah.
We'll continue going. It was really nice talking.
Let me
to
give you a card, okay?
Yeah, I'll take your card, and because I think that
There's a thing here called Challenge 22.
Yeah.
They hook you up with a dietitian. They send you recipes every day, and they help you go vegan for free.
nice.
Everything you need.
That I
And
really appreciate. Yeah, because that's really where it is.
It sounds
for
like
me.
you need
Yeah,
you
just
need some help with
Press
that.
that step. Yeah.
But it's so easy nowadays. You know, you have Google, you have ChatGPT. Just ask whatever you want to ask, and you'll get an answer.
Okay,
Plus,
well,
it's important we teach our children that sometimes, even if the difficult thing is difficult, if it's the right thing, we gotta do it because
I agree
it's the
with you,
right
yeah.
thing, right?
All right, I'll do this. Thank you so much
Appreciate
for the
you, man.
wisdom.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you. I hope
Nice
you have a
talk.
good
Yeah.
day. I think.
Yeah.
And,
Okay, yeah.
everybody in YouTube,
Bye.
bye.
Cheers.
See you.
Bye.
That was a nice conversation.
That's a
Really
good
good.
conversation.
Yeah. Hello, awesome vegan people. Hello, Linda. Nice to see you here. Good conversation. Yeah. If you're enjoying the conversation so far, hit that like and subscribe. Subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Mr. Martin
You
person.
wanna have a conversation?
Marissa.
I don't speak English.
Oh.
I speak little bit. I speak
Okay.
German.
Okay.
Only
then,
German,
no.
Turkish,
Let's skip
Kurdish,
it then.
Ukrainish.
Yeah, no.
No.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
I don't like
Two gays. Thank you.
conversations with people who barely speak English.
Yeah, somebody called us gay. Gay means cool on this
Yay,
channel, so thank you.
hooray,
Yay,
thank you.
we're
Yeah,
cool.
we're
We are.
gay,
We're cool. Yeah.
Gay actually means,
Happy.
happy
Yeah.
and friendly and so on, cheerful.
But on this channel, it means cool. So thank you. When you say L vegans, it means W vegans. So thank you again. Thank you. W, another W. You're right. Thank you. We appreciate it. I mean, what's not to win about it, right? We choose to not oppress animals, and the fact that we're animal rights activists and we try to fight for the rights of animals, that's exactly what we need, huh?
And we're in the gay capital of the world.
Yeah. Also that. Yeah.
Amsterdam. Hooray. Hooray for the gay parade.
Is it not Berlin that is the gay capital of the world?
I want to say it's Amsterdam,
You want to say it's Amsterdam?
but I'm biased, completely biased.
Fair, because we live here.
Yeah. But definitely, Amsterdam is in the top 3. I don't know.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That's in the top 3, yeah.
Wasn't the first gay parade in Amsterdam? I think so.
The gay I think it was London or something. I don't think it was Amsterdam.
Okay, let me check this out.
Okay, that's good to check. See what people are saying. You guys want to try? How dare you guys eat innocent plants?
The first one was
We gotta
in
plants have feelings person.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we're not in the gay capital of the world, but we
Yeah.
have a pretty good gay parade.
We have a pretty good gay parade.
We
So
have the
fucking
best
yeah.
gay parade.
It is the best
That's
because it's on
definitely-
water. Yeah.
I can't fact check that because it's an opinion,
Yeah.
but
It's a good opinion.
it's a very good opinion.
It's a very
I
good
like
opinion.
my own opinion. A
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. Same. No, same as I
My
like your
opinions are
opinion.
good
yeah.
opinions.
Yeah. 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 Let's get.
I'm a connoisseur of my own opinions.
A lot of people are calling us gay still. That's okay.
Hey,
Gay.
hey. Gay. We're gay.
You wanna have a conversation?
Hey. Two gay guys having a conversation, no?
We're not gay really, but people are but people
we're
are
not
calling us gay.
homosexuals, but we're definitely gay. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. We're not homosexuals, but we're gay. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah.
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 Well, I'm not a homosexual.
Yeah. Me
You're
neither.
not a homosexual.
No. I mean, a good penis from time to time is fine, but I'm not gay.
A good dicking, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've never had a good dicking, but
Have a good day.
it does sound appealing, but I've never done it.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because all these people who call us gay and who have a problem with gay people are also the people who appeal to nature a lot of the times, while at the same time not realizing that there's so many gay animals in nature.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, what the hell? Like, clearly you just pick and choose.
I mean, I know so many gay couples, and they're the loveliest couples,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's just the circle I am in, but
I don't
those
know.
people have it really well.
I don't know why people have this issue with gay people. I don't know, man. Or trans people. I'm like,
Insecurity.
insecurity, right? Like, just stupid people.
It's just insecurity.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you be insecure about your sexuality? I mean, I
Because
guess
maybe-
it's,
Maybe you're frustrated. Maybe you secretly are a little bit, and you're like frustrated that
yeah,
you
I mean,
can't
what,
be
what
and they
motivates
can.
you to shout gay on a live stream?
Yeah, exactly.
That would be very interesting to know.
That would be
I would
interesting.
like to look in their heads.
You wanna have a conversation?
Definitely has something to do with insecurity there.
Wanna try? Somebody said they're a cattle farmer. So they farm cows. So that means you know that you forcefully impregnate animals, cows, right? And then you take away their babies if you do it for milk. And then what happens with the babies? They're born male. You either kill them straight away, or you grow them up to the age of 1 or 2 and then kill them. And the cows that don't produce milk enough, good enough, or when they become less productive, or when you can't get them pregnant, what happens to them? Oh yeah, that's right, you kill them. It's not in that direction, so
Oh my God, live!
that's okay. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hello.
Hello.
You wanna have a conversation?
Yeah, we're having conversations.
How old
with
are you?
people.
19.
19? 15? You cannot be on camera, you can.
Bye bye.
Too bad.
Yeah.
But you're okay with being live on YouTube?
Yeah, of course.
Great,
Hello.
great. Where are you guys from?
Portugal.
Portugal.
Yes.
Nice. I'm from Amsterdam. My name is Lobo.
Nice to meet you. My name
Nice
is
to meet you.
I'm Guy.
I'm Chip, what's your name?
Guy.
G.
Savannah. Nice to meet you.
Isabella. So we're animal rights activists. We fight for animals. How do you guys feel about animals?
Well, I mean, we love animals, I guess.
Yeah, should we enslave animals?
No.
Yeah.
But in which way?
Like, do you think would you call yourself as pro-animal slavery or anti-animal slavery?
Probably anti.
Probably anti-animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like morally.
Do you think when we farm animals, we are enslaving them?
Yeah. In some ways, yeah, of course.
We bring them to life, we use them, and then we kill them when we can no longer use them.
Yeah. That's
Is that not textbook slavery? And they don't have any freedom,
It's
obviously,
worse
right?
than slavery
It's
because
worse.
normally you don't kill your slaves. Like,
Oh, they killed
I mean,
those other
normally,
slaves.
but like,
Yeah.
back in the day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we didn't kill the slaves.
They did. They did.
Okay, sometimes.
Yeah, they
Oh,
bred.
yeah,
the-
some did.
Yeah, yeah. So, where are you on this one? Do you support the farming of animals? Do you not support it?
I mean, it's
On one
hyper.
hand, it's highly immoral in the way that you're saying, and you're completely right.
Yeah.
But
How's
on the other hand,
yeah, there's an other hand to this. Like, I just want to make sure that you're in total agreement, and somehow we're now going to some buts. So just continue now.
I was just
But
gonna
on
say
the other hand,
that it's nowadays, especially, it's an industry that most of the world is completely dependent on.
Yeah.
And it's simply an industry that cannot stop now.
Yeah.
So if for example, if the World Health Organization just said, okay, we can't have more meat on the markets, people are gonna hate it. Like,
But we
it'll
don't
be-
need these products, right? Do we need
So,
it?
yeah,
Do we
of
need
course,
these
but-
products?
It's like hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy?
hypocrisy.
Yeah, like of us say like, oh yeah, it's morally wrong, of course, surely wrong,
But you do it.
but we eat it.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But we're
so-
not here to judge, so we don't care what's
Yeah, of
happening in the
course,
past,
of
right?
course, of course,
What we're
of course.
interested in is what happens going forward, right? Because, a lot of the times we just go by the wave that we were born, right? We were born doing this, we were taught to do this, but in reality, what we do is when you buy a chunk of meat, you demand that an animal gets brought into existence only to be killed, and you don't need to do any of that. You don't need to eat meat, right? And for you, it's what, 10 minutes, a meal? And then for them, it's that whole existence.
Yeah.
So which one do you think is fair? Like, do you think it's fair to choose 10 minutes of pleasure or convenience or something you've always been taught versus their whole existence? Like, which one would you say matters more?
I mean, it is important that we preserve life, and I think there's also a lack of information about, for example, like artificial meat, like meat created in labs, like for example, like I'm not sure if soy or tofu, it's like very present. I mean, I don't know if there's much information about it for
There's
the
lots of
meat
information about
consumers.
soy and tofu.
Yeah.
I mean, these products have been around for forever.
Yeah.
And nutritionists have been studying them for forever as well. So we know that they're totally safe and good for you. Actually, they have a very good nutritional profile. In fact, we were just talking about soy. It's actually one of the most undervalued foods. Like it's actually a superfood. You know, so easy to grow. It provides so many calories, so much protein. There's lots of it has lots of good nutritional value. But let me answer your question, or the point that you made, because you said on the other hand, right?
Yes.
The world is dependent on it, blah blah blah. Yeah. So we're not advocating for the whole world to go vegan overnight. This can't happen,
course,
right?
yeah,
That's
exactly.
not a realistic
That's not
scenario.
even possible.
It's not possible, right? But for you, it's definitely possible to go vegan, right? because yeah, we know that as a scientific fact that you can be vegan and you can be healthy and thrive on a vegan diet.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you then is the question? Because you say that morally you are absolutely on board, we shouldn't be enslaving and killing animals. And at the same time you said that there is some hypocrisy in us, you know, then still paying for it.
Yeah, of course.
So then the question is like, do you want to, you know, after this conversation, go and eat a piece of meat? Or do you think that maybe, you know, you can change?
It is possible to
Yeah,
change.
it is
Yeah.
possible to change and reduce like the meat eating. But I don't know, it's really difficult, especially for some people that are
But when you
that
see,
really enjoy meat. And,
Yeah, but I'm talking about you, right?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about other people.
Yeah.
Like we're here to ask people whether they want to make that choice or not.
yeah,
perhaps one day.
because you are responsible for it, right? Like you acknowledge that every time you buy an animal product,
that's
an
right.
innocent animal gets exploited, abused, and slaughtered for you, right?
So you don't feel, like you said, perhaps one day, right? So you don't feel any sense of urgency. But every time you go to the shop and you pay for, you know, some meat or some animal product, basically some animal gets enslaved, and you're paying for that. You're actually funding that industry.
But you're not just funding the industry. One animal does get enslaved because of that. So, like, how can you, like, what would you say to that animal? Let's imagine that when you buy that product, you also have to talk to that animal that will get enslaved because you buy that product. What would you tell them?
Of course, I wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even buy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're faced with the fact itself, it's.
I think it's just an automatic thing to do. You know, we're so
Sure.
used to go shopping and to go just.
Yeah.
I don't know, grab some piece of meat and eat it, then that we forget to
Yeah.
the moral part.
Yeah, right. And we're completely disconnected from the process, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also that it's designed that way, you know, because you look at some of the packaging and then they're like a happy chicken and a happy pig, you know.
Yeah.
But the reality is really, really, really bad. Oh, here we go.
Oh, what is this?
Open it up at your own discretion.
Oh, I don't want to see this. I cannot even. No, I don't. I can't see it.
So it's just the way we exploit animals every single day, and it's
So this is for fur here.
it's difficult to see. Yeah, the sad reality is difficult to see all this. But you know, when we pay for an animal product, not only the animals goes through this, but the person who has to do this also has the same difficulty as you.
Yeah.
They're just forced in the situation because they have no other alternative as a job or stuff.
So this is testing, animal testing.
This is testing on animals.
This is for down, actually.
It's horrific,
In
isn't
China,
it?
they actually pluck the birds alive.
That's awful. That's really awful.
It's fucking cruel.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's
Do you know how we kill pigs in this country? Like what's
I
the
don't
number
know
one
how-
method?
country.
Same in
Our
Portugal.
country,
Probably
so
the
it's,
same in Portugal.
Shooting in the head of
80% are gassed to death.
Really?
Yeah, they're
Gassed.
gas chambers, and the rest are electrocuted, and then
And they don't go quietly. It's not like they kind of fall asleep. They actually are drowning in the gas, so they're screaming. Yeah, I've been outside of these factories or these slaughterhouses, and you can actually hear them scream at 100-meter distance. So it's pretty horrible. Huh? And so, do you recognize that you have, you know, even just a little part in that by paying for these products? Yeah.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah, like
Great.
we're
Great, yeah.
we're guilty of it because we still eat meat. We still do it. So
Right.
we are guilty of it. Even
So,
even
here's the
it's
difficult
really wrong.
question. How many more animals need to go into gas chambers, into slaughterhouses, should be enslaved, abused for you from now on? Like how many do you think should go through this process?
Yeah, none. Right?
None.
Yeah.
That would mean going vegan. And I appreciate you have these values. It's just that if you're going to sleep on them, it's not going to be none. It's just going to be individuals who feel like you, who think like you, who have emotions, who, you know what, I sat in front of a slaughterhouse and they had chickens there. And there were 2 chickens there that throughout the whole thing, all the other chickens were scared, were shitting on top of each other because they keep them in these tight containers. But these 2 chickens were in love with each other. They were taking care of each other as they were going to slaughter. Like, we're killing animals who feel love, who feel anxiety, who feel everything that we feel, and who experience life like we do. And we're saying because they're smaller, because we have power over them, it's okay to do this to them. and they're funded by you and you. That's what I'm saying, right? Don't give them money. We have so many alternatives.
Yeah, of course.
And while you're here in Amsterdam, you're opening your mind, you're traveling, so you're trying to expand your horizon, right? Expand your horizon to this bit, because this actually matters, you know? These animals, you might not see them, you might never even see them, but if you look at like who are the most oppressed individuals on this planet, it are the animals. 90 billion land animals each year are put in slaughterhouses.
Yeah.
90 billion, that's 10 times as many people.
It is something to think. Thank you so
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
for the conversation.
Think and act. Thinking means nothing, okay?
Make that change. Yeah.
There's a thing here called the Minion, or the most important speech you'll ever hear. There's two videos. Can you
Okay.
promise me you'll watch them?
Yes.
And until you watch them, can you say no animal products until you watch those two videos?
Okay.
Okay?
Super easy in Amsterdam. There are vegan restaurants everywhere.
Everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much
Have a
again.
good
Have a
day.
good one.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. The
Effective, yeah. The magazine is very effective. I'm actually working on making a magazine myself. It's gonna be a street outreach kit.
Those two chickens had a big effect on you? Yeah, Tufty, they did. It was difficult to see those two chickens, man. I'm like, I still remember. I think the hardest part was when I went home. Like, was when I saw them just like, because I sat in front of that truck and then at some point they moved the truck inside for them to take them to slaughter. That was difficult as fuck. Like, just seeing them there is one thing, but then knowing that they're gonna go to slaughter is a whole lot more different thing. And then I just got to go home. I just got to see the empty boxes where they sit, and they just, didn't. It's fucked up. Yeah.
I mean, it's very hard when you start to, or not start to, but when you understand or see them as individuals, the individuals that they are.
You should know that plants feel pain too.
Oh no! Plants feel pain. Oh man, can somebody can you just go to doplantsfeelpain.com? Doplantsfeelpain.com.
When you mow the lawn, is the plant screaming?
Yeah, like, oh, the poor lawn, Oh my lord. I mean,
For a second.
I've made this statement before. It's dumber to believe that plants feel pain than that the earth is flat, honestly. It's more dumb. Oh, you heard the plant. Oh god.
Yeah, they're clearly
Let me
screaming.
give the serious answer to this.
Okay.
Okay, the serious answer is, look, plants, they have no evolutionary need to feel pain. They can't run away. We have evolved with a nervous system, pain receptors, a brain, a subjective experience which is called pain. Actually, it's a subjective experience. And all of these things, they have an evolutionary purpose. And all of those things are not present in plants. They don't have a brain, they don't have pain receptors, they don't have a nervous system.
Yeah.
And there's no evolutionary need for them to have all those things. So to then make the claim that plants feel pain is absolutely pseudo-scientific.
Yeah.
Because there's no evidence whatsoever saying that plants feel pain. And if you then say, yeah, but how do you know that maybe plants still feel pain, then you're gonna get into pseudoscience, because then I can say, how do you know there are no little men on Mars who feel pain?
No, it's the famous teapot around Saturn. You know the teapot around Saturn?
No, tell me about the teapot around Saturn.
How do you know there's not a teapot around Saturn
Yeah, right.
that predicts the future?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's exactly the same thing. It's
Yeah.
like an unfalsifiable statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe in the future we'll find out that plants feel pain. Again, one of those unfalsifiable statements.
Yeah.
There's
And even
no
if you
evidence to support the fact that plants feel pain. There's no even it doesn't even make any sense for them to feel pain evolutionary.
Yeah.
They don't have the constructs for it. They don't have the foundations for pain. It makes no sense whatsoever.
plus plants make fruit
So why
specifically to
believe
be
in that?
eaten.
Sorry?
Plants make fruit specifically to be eaten.
Yeah, right.
And also, if you're concerned about plants feeling pain, you still so definitely are holding on to this pseudoscientific bullshit statement. well, you'll find out that when you consume animal products, you are killing way more plants in the process because animals are fed more plants in the process. So no, plants
Yes.
don't feel like there's
Plants
no.
don't feel pain, but if you care about plants, you should still go vegan because less plants get hurt in the process.
There
Because
you go.
animals also eat plants.
There you go.
So, please, plants feel pain. Can we do only one plants feel pain during one live stream? Because
It's too much.
it
Yeah.
works me up too much. Oh, it's so stupid.
It is
Oh,
pretty stupid.
God,
It's one of the stupidest
fuck,
statements.
It's so man.
Yeah.
And it's people only make this claim because they just don't want.
You want to have a
be
conversation?
Hey, hey, Kasia. Hey, nice to meet you.
Hi, we met at RAF once.
We met at RAF? Oh,
yeah.
nice to meet you again.
She's going to be speaking at the next half.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
we're live streaming actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're live
Yeah.
streaming this
Yeah.
You want to be on our live stream a little bit?
Ah, you're live streaming. Hi, guys.
This is Kasia. She's the community builder of the Vegan Girls Club.
Yeah, we rebranded now. We Heartbeat.
Heartbeat?
Yeah, it's
So
like
you're not the Vegan Girl Club
No,
anymore?
I just changed the name like 2 weeks ago. So it's like a beating heart with a beetroot in it. It's about being vegan but driving an action, and yeah, we're just playing around to be a bit more creative.
Cool,
The
cool.
core of the group stays the same. So.
And what made you want to change the name?
Yeah, I wanted to make it a bit more inclusive because vegan and girls was putting a lot of labels on people.
Yeah. It's 2 labels
Yeah.
plus club.
Yeah, plus club. And I wanted to be more creative just to bring a fun to the vegan movement. So yeah,
That's
I
cool.
hope we're gonna
Nice.
make it happen.
So the non-vegan girls, are they invited now as well?
yeah, veg curious. Yeah, if
Veg curious, yeah.
if someone would like to try with us, they're
Yeah, yeah.
more than welcome to come. And before they were not brave enough to join the dinners, so I think now we're gonna be more.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it only for women or also men?
Yeah, for now, like I don't like gender labels, but we mainly women. But maybe we're gonna do some events like.
I like that you
vegan
said you don't
girls.
like gender labels. That's
yeah,
cool.
I
That's
don't
cool.
like.
I
that's
also
why
don't like
also
them.
the
Yeah,
girls
yeah,
was
yeah.
polarizing. We don't need it, right?
Yeah,
we just
yeah.
wanna have a like-minded people in the group. But yeah, vegan girls and soy boys, and we can do a lot together, right?
Yeah. We were just talking about how gay we are actually. 'Cause
Yeah.
Somebody called us gay on the stream.
Constantly.
Yeah, vegan gay, right? That's very.
Yeah. But I mean, it makes kind of sense to have like a, you're a marketeer, right? Like you have like a go-to-market strategy where you have like a niche that you're focusing on. But now I guess you're kind of expanding.
Yeah, I just want to inspire rather than label, so I think that's the main decision behind.
good, huh?
Yeah, I just quit my corporate job on Monday,
Oh,
and now I'm
nice.
full on for the
Congratulations.
community. Yeah, so
Wow,
gonna
wow.
do it.
So are you going to make your money as well with the community then?
Yeah, let's see. I want the plant-based brands to pay us to do some fun stuff for them. So let's see. If any brand is listening to us, I need money.
I
Give her
think-
money.
Yeah, I think if they were listening, they would have given me money. So why would I have gotten
Well, you get
anything?
money regularly.
Fair enough, I
Not
do
big
get
money,
some money.
though,
Yeah.
but it's good money.
How it's going, the experiment?
We've had a few good conversations and a few shitty ones.
Yeah.
The first conversation was a bit of a shocker, where the woman, like, we asked her, like, do you agree that we shouldn't unnecessarily hurt or kill anybody? And she said absolutely. And I asked her, do you think you're a moral person? And she said absolutely. And then I was like, okay, are you vegan? And she said yes. And then we high-fived her. And then she said, yeah, but I eat butter sometimes
And cheese.
and cheese. And then we talked about that, and she got super defensive.
Super
I was
defensive, yeah.
Like, oh man, yeah.
Sorry.
Cognitive dissonance is a bitch.
It is.
Is it difficult to be vegan?
No, not at all. It's easy, fun, colorful. Just people are difficult, right?
Yeah.
Non-vegan people, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's not like where do you get your protein? Like I said,
Yeah.
saw the shirt. Where do you get your protein? It's not where do you get your protein, but it's like where do you get your patience?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thing. But about that, mid-April we're having a skill sharing meetup with Priya, and we're gonna talk about how to survive as a vegan in non-vegan world. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
it's a very valid topic for the group as well. The psychological safety and navigating the pressure.
Yeah. Priya is back to doing psychology, right?
Just the sessions, not the individual, but the group one. So we're privileged to have her on board, and she's gonna give a nice talk to the group.
Talk about somebody who has skills also.
Yeah, absolutely.
She made me, I met up with her boyfriend, Arman.
Yeah.
She brought a little tiramisu, actually.
Yeah, so we're meeting at Bonbon, so he will be cooking for us some snacks as well. So it's gonna be really fun.
Power couple that
Power
can cook.
couple, yeah.
And they're so good, man.
Yeah.
The food is amazing.
Yeah.
You need to adopt us, right?
Yeah.
They both make amazing food. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Nice. Well, happy to
Yeah.
have you at the next.
Yeah,
Did
very
you see
excited.
the announcement for the full program? I just announced it yesterday.
No, but Esther, I can leave you guys maybe,
Yeah.
so you continue. I will take a picture and post it as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
I don't know. How live on YouTube?
Yeah.
What is the purpose of this event?
Just asking people some questions about animals.
About animals? Oh, okay, I understand what's happening. No, so tell me, ask the questions.
Are you okay being live on YouTube first?
That chip.
Yeah, you can do it.
Please, okay.
You can do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye bye.
Okay.
Hello. You're Dutch?
I'm Dutch, yes.
I'm Lobo. I'm
Hello.
also Dutch.
I'm
Hello.
Chip. Nice to meet you.
He's not Dutch.
Well,
so we
I'm
do it
Dutch
in English or in
theoretically.
Oh, you are Dutch.
I am Dutch, yes.
Sorry, yeah.
No,
You're Dutch.
we speak in English because the audience is English. So, you want to do your thing?
Yeah, sure. So I want to ask you just like some ethical questions.
Okay, no
some
problem.
Morals, yeah? Do you
Yeah.
think you're a moral person?
It depends on the morality, but
fair enough, fair
yeah, so sometimes yes,
Yeah,
and sometimes no.
Okay. So do you think that we shouldn't unnecessarily hurt or kill anybody?
I know where this is going,
Oh, right.
and I think this is that you have a good point. But there may be a follow question about do you need or necessarily kill animals to eat the meat? I'm a meat eater, not as much as I used to be, so I can tell you that because vegetarian food is also okay. But I'm a little bit in doubt of this question because I eat a little bit meat. So if you want to say to me you don't kill nobody in life and so also stop eating with meat, that's difficult for me.
But you've already said that you're not always a moral person, right?
Yeah.
So it can also be that your moral belief says this thing, but sometimes you do that thing, you know? So
Yeah.
I'm asking you first of all, a moral question.
Yeah.
Do you think we should unnecessarily kill or hurt anybody? And that
Of
then
course not.
includes
Of course
animals.
not. Of course not. Of
Okay,
course
right,
not.
right.
Yeah, anybody. This
And
is
this includes
anybody, and that
animals.
includes animals. Oh, okay. That's
So
just,
do you think we should? Let me make it more specific. Do you think we should unnecessarily kill or hurt animals?
We're animals too, by the way.
that's yeah,
Unnecessarily
I
hurt or
understand.
kill animals.
Yeah, yeah.
Should we do that?
This is a difficult question because I'm hypocritical if I say no. So I must say yes.
Well,
No,
wait
no,
a
no,
minute,
no, no,
because
that's not- no, no,
you're
wait,
breaking the
so-
yeah.
no, that's not true.
Don't argue,
No.
guys.
No. But no, I really wanted to respond to this one.
Go
so
for it, go for it.
it's you can be a hypocrite and respond yes, and then agree that you are a hypocrite. That is
Yeah.
totally a valid
Every
response.
pain in this world is not necessary. For animals and for people.
Okay, so you agree then that we shouldn't necessarily kill or hurt animals.
Yes.
All right.
That's
All
okay.
right.
If there must be in the world in 10 or 20 or 30 years where every company also participate with this and there is enough soya beans to make new meat and this meat tastes as well as the old meat, then we eat every day this soya bean meat.
Yeah, so we are already in 2026 in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
In the situation that we can easily live on a vegan diet.
That's correct.
Plant-based.
That's correct. But there are two things about it. So first of all, I think it's more expensive than a regular debit.
It's not, it's cheaper.
No, but go
Okay.
ahead, yeah.
That was my opinion about it.
Yeah.
And much is also made with soya beans and so on.
Yeah.
And you can also make a question about how healthy this is for you.
Very
Healthier
healthy.
than meat.
Yeah, but not the soya bean. The old soya bean, of course, is very healthy.
Yeah.
But I talk about the new soya bean who is with you know, how do you call it in Dutch? Bespoten sojabonen, and everything is about it. So it's not about the soya, the old soya bean from the 1500 years. It's a new soya bean for 2026. It's another soya bean.
Okay.
So we can discuss how healthy this is for you.
I don't know of any research that says that soy is unhealthy for you.
Yeah,
I
even
think-
genetically modified soy is good for you. We have research showing that.
Also the soya who is...
Yeah, all genetically modified soy has to go through a rigorous process of approval in the European Union.
That's
So
also,
it
that
is
is
so.
also the same case.
I don't
with
know of
meat.
any national or any kind of health organization that says that, oh, please take care, you know, don't eat too much soy because it's dangerous, you know. That warning isn't out there. You know, that I know for 100% sure.
Okay,
I
but
mean,
you're
it is
both,
there
you're
for
both very
process.
hard. You're both very hard in your way of saying things, so that's no problem for me. But is this a discussion, or do you want to push your lifestyle up to me? What is the
Wait,
purpose?
who's
of
pushing their lifestyle?
No, just an open question.
But who's pushing their lifestyle?
No, because you're really not open for my discussion. You say, no, soya is healthy and everything. That you I don't feel it's an open discussion. I understand where you're coming from, but again, my last question about this is, what is the purpose of this social experiment? What you are doing,
To no longer exploit innocent animals.
and to tell people about it.
Yeah, so that
Ask them
people
if they can
perhaps
change.
can stop exploiting innocent animals.
Yeah, okay, that's a good way. And when people say, okay, I listen to you, but for me it's not as easy. What do you think about these people?
They're kind of shitty people. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's what I'm feeling. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
But that's
what I'm
okay,
feeling.
right? Like, why would you, like, if you actually care about my opinion of you, I'll
I'm
tell you.
talking with you.
Yeah, so if you care about my opinion of you, I think you should understand that you're in a position right now where you can choose to not oppress an innocent animal, and
Yeah.
you're choosing to oppress an innocent animal. I don't know why you make that choice, and this is what the conversations that we're trying to have is.
Yeah, it's
But if
okay.
you're going to be dodging this whole idea of I don't want to explain why I'm doing
No,
what
I'm
I'm
not-
doing,
I'm not dodging
then I'm
it.
obviously going to
We
draw
have-
the conclusion
No,
that I have drawn
I'm-
before with other conversations.
I'm not
So-
dodging it. We have a conversation on the moment.
So why exactly makes it justified to exploit an innocent animal, according to you?
Again, I have this conversation with you, but I feel a little bit the energy that you are. What I'm ever saying, you find me a shitty person because I eat meat.
Not at
That's
all.
a little bit the energy.
Not at all. In fact, we've
And
had
the
a lot
question-
of conversations
the
with
question
people.
Is this the good way to open my heart for your way of living?
It's not my way of living, no. So you can live
You
your
eat
life.
meat?
So let me explain. You can eat your life however
of course,
you
but
can eat.
that's- but
You
it's
can
not
eat.
my way of living,
It's not.
is
It's not because you can eat. You can live your life however you want. I'm not proposing that you live your life the way I do live my life. I'm proposing that you no longer oppress innocent animals. If we were fighting for the rights of women and you somehow would be oppressing women, I would be proposing that you not oppress women. If you want to live your life however you want to live your life, but don't oppress these individuals. So I'm going to ask you again: how can you, knowing that you can make the choice to not oppress an innocent animal, how can you make the choice to oppress an innocent animal and think that that's a good choice?
No, okay, it's the way I was brought up. It's the way 2006.
But is it a good
moment.
choice?
Not everything in life is a good choice.
But is
when
this
we,
one a
when
good
we
choice?
go from your clothes from up to down, maybe
Yeah.
some of this clothes is made by children. We
Sure,
never, we
but
never
is that
know.
a good choice?
No, but again,
Okay, can I
again, you understand? We are not Holy Spirits on this way. You're not more Holy Spirit because you don't eat animals. Again, when I take your clothes from upside to downside, maybe there are some clothes made by
Mm-hmm. Not at
children.
all.
Maybe. I
Not
said
at all.
maybe.
Yeah.
I said maybe. You don't know exactly where this shoe is going from.
100% idea.
I think you are a little bit defensive. I think so.
It is true.
No, I
because
actually look
it's
after.
true because we get these questions.
Yeah,
from
we
people
get. I've
a
been
lot.
doing this for
but
4
that
years.
is-
Actually,
yeah,
we actually
but
do
because
obviously.
when you must weigh children labor against eating animals, then.
But that's not the option. Wait.
No,
You
but
see,
for
you're
me it's
creating
an
a false.
option.
You're
For
creating a
me-
false dichotomy
for me
because
it's a-
we're not asking you to either support child slavery or killing innocent animals.
no.
It's either killing innocent
But I
animals
think
or
you-
eating a
I think
plant-based
you
meat.
live in a worse-
That's the dichotomy. That's the choice: killing an innocent animal or not. That's the dichotomy.
I'm not killing the
You can
animal,
still,
but
you
eating
can
the
still, you can still choose to fight for all these causes with children, with women, with everything else. But the choice that you're faced with is either killing an innocent animal or oppressing them or not. And you're paying somebody to do it. You're not doing it yourself, but you're paying somebody to do it. So you're just as responsible for it. Like it doesn't matter what other like. Obviously, we need to improve on every single thing, every single
but
thing
I
we're
think
doing.
you are
but this is
you
we're
are-
discussing
Can
about
I
this particular
interject for-
Yeah, you
injustice.
interject, but the interesting thing is, it feels, it's now, but this is the social
No,
experiment,
because I am
of course.
interested in opening your heart. Actually,
No, yeah.
Can I
No,
try that?
Yes, you can try it, but first of all, I must have a little
Because he's
I
not
have
going to open your heart, for sure not.
No, but I think you're also
You're
a little
completely
bit,
focused on
you're
him.
a little bit, because he's so focused on people who are eating meat, find them shitty.
for a good
but
reason.
I'm focused
for a
on the
good reason.
animals.
No, okay, stop with the shoes then. No
I'm
children
focused on
making
the
shoes.
animals.
Okay, can I
We're
now-
talking about
can you-
animals.
Can you
Let's
now?
talk about your
Can we
Canon
now?
camera.
What was the
Can we-
social experiment about?
Can we now?
What
have a
was the
con-
social experiment about?
About animals.
Okay, so let's
But
talk about
also-
animals.
No, but also about that people are eating animals are shitty people.
Can
No,
you
I just-
focus
that's
on
just
me
my
for a
opinion.
second?
Yeah,
Yes.
doesn't matter.
You know, forget the shitty people, blah blah. You know. Okay.
And they still
Can-
kind of gave him a hand in the end of the day, yeah? So that's no problem for me if
okay.
he wants it.
Forget for 1 second. Like we're not here to judge you.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yeah, we're
that's
not-
great.
yeah,
Thank you so
it's not
much.
that.
Okay, right? Because I
That's
also
great to
grew
hear.
up
Thank you so
eating
much.
meat. It's super normal.
Yeah.
Everybody does it.
Yeah.
You go to the shop, nobody judges you. It's just a normal thing. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so
And I already told you I
Yeah.
eat less meat than before. So somewhere in my brains,
okay,
it's
right.
opening,
There
but
is an
I'm
opening
not
there.
ready yet.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's totally
Then I
fine.
must say honest.
So okay, so now let's talk about the shoes. You know.
let's talk about
say-
the camera and the Canon.
They're
Yeah,
second
yeah.
hand.
Let's talk about
They
the
were
shoes.
second hand.
Or you know.
Yeah, but they're made by children. The iPhone,
They
you
were
know,
second
made,
hand.
Yeah, okay, but
Yeah, and actually.
so I can eat second-hand meat then.
Actually, I looked into
Yeah,
this.
this is a
Yeah,
stupid
if you
joke.
find-
I looked
Stupid
at
joke.
this is a Fairphone actually.
Yeah, but this
have you
is
heard?
an iPhone,
and
this
that's
is
an
Canon.
Apple. Yeah, and I also almost bought an Apple because they actually have a good conditions.
Understand, but it's
but
it's
like
if-
we
if
look into these things, right?
We
You
look
want
into to
to
these
make the
things,
world a better world to not eat meat. Is it that?
No,
Is it
no.
only about
Not at
hurting
all.
the animals?
We're fighting for animal rights.
Yeah,
right now.
it's only about the animal rights. This is the only thing.
Honestly,
you don't
if you want to eat meat, that's you find a dead animal
No,
on the
it's-
street, you
it's-
want to
it's
eat
terrible.
the meat. I'm totally fine with that.
It's terrible.
Just to be
I was,
clear, we care about the world being better, but right now we're here to speak up for the animals
Yes,
and
and
we're
only
fighting
for
for
the
animal
animals
rights.
only. Yeah,
I
yeah,
fought for
yeah.
women's rights. We go to Palestine. We go to all of these things, and we fight for all the every other injustice. But right now we're here on the
Yeah, I
street
understand.
speaking for
I
this
understand.
injustice.
And so
I understand,
listen.
but again-
if you go into the shop,
Yeah,
right, and
yeah.
you see shoes there, and
Yeah.
you want to buy them, but there's a label on it
Yeah.
that says these shoes were made in a sweatshop
Yeah.
by child laborers.
We don't
child
buy
slave,
it, of
then
course.
you don't buy it,
Of course,
right? But when you go into the supermarket and you see a piece
Good
of
argument,
meat there,
good argument.
you know with 100% certainty that
The
some
suffering-
animal got abused for
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
so that is the difference. So
Um,
even if like I don't know 100% my shoe, I know
it's
they
a
came
very
from,
good, a very
Right.
good, very good argument. I think it's a finishing argument, but then we have only one thing to explain. So suffering and killing animals. So this is two separate things, yeah?
Exploitation.
This
We're
is the
about
same.
we're anti-exploitation.
Because you have this, yeah, but you have this.
Suffering and killing are two different things. Yes.
Because the thing is, there are also farmers in Holland. They are very healthy with their cows and sheep, and the only thing they don't let them suffer, but they kill them. So is there for you a difference? I don't want to ask you if you eat the meat, but can I eat meat
Yeah.
a little bit healthy, not suffering?
So let me give you.
I hope you understand it.
I
because English
absolutely
is not,
understand this
so
question.
good.
So in order to answer your question, I want to give you a hypothetical situation.
Yes.
So I live on a houseboat here in Amsterdam,
You live in a houseboat.
I live in a
Oh,
houseboat.
you are a lucky guy.
and I see sometimes swans come by
Yeah.
my window. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm vegan.
Yeah.
I'm vegan for 6 years, and I didn't eat before that. I was vegetarian for 20 years. Yeah. So I have
Yeah.
not eaten meat in 26 years. But my friend told me that swans taste amazing. He said,
Oh.
like, oh, but swans, they taste amazing.
Best meat ever.
And I got the cravings, I don't need any meat, not for my health, but like my friend made me like, oh,
I
want
really
some
want to
Yeah,
taste
so
swan.
you know what I did? I saw the swan come by, and I quickly wring its neck, and I did it in such a way, instantaneously the swan lost its life. Yeah, no pain.
Is
yeah.
this a
this
true
a-
story or a cartoon story?
It's a cartoon story. yeah.
Okay.
So,
So go on with
but
it.
in this cartoon story, in which I didn't need to do that, but I just did it because I wanted
You
to
wanted to
satisfy my
cravings,
craving.
yes, yes,
Is
yes.
that a moral situation? Because the swan had a happy life. Let's say the
Yeah,
swan had
understand.
a happy life, and I killed it instantaneously.
Yeah, I understand.
Is that a moral thing to do?
It's not a moral thing to do.
Right. Why
So-
not? Why not?
No, because I understand the way you are going, and that's correct. That's correct. But the only thing I want to end this conversation with, that people are eating meat, open their eyes. Open their eyes. Don't lay them 2 or 3 streets behind because they are eat meaters. So but open their eyes, and I think this is the most important thing, to open their eyes. I'm a little bit more open than before, Thank you so much.
It's not for you. Just look at it.
This is something to open your
I think
eyes
you give
a
me a
little bit.
No, but I saw with the 3 classes, there was also colleagues of you in Utrecht with the 3 classes. I saw also this
The
experiment.
dairy cows, yeah.
Yes, and I was once in a. I was once in a chicken.
How can we
slaughtery.
justify this? How
I
can-
understand. I understand. Correct. And again, I'm a little bit opener for this hurtful things than before.
But you understand your responsibility in the matter?
Yes, okay, but I don't want to be sound. Okay, thank you, my friend. I will never eat meat again. I will not do this in this conversation. Understand?
Why not?
I think meat. Why not? I think because it's difficult.
Is it more difficult for them or for you?
This is more difficult for them.
So why
Of
not
course.
take them their perspective into consideration?
But why not just say like, I'm never gonna eat meat again, but just say like, I'm gonna try and make a change.
I already tried a little bit because I eat less
But
meat.
like, why not give it your best shot? You know? Like, why not say like, hey, I'm gonna do a veg challenge? You know, like I'm gonna challenge myself to eat vegan for a week or something like that.
I'm a non-alcoholic challenge is also, it's also
right.
very
Yeah, you
difficult.
can combine
So
it.
let's do step by step. So again, my gentlemen, I think it was a nice conversation.
I think it's better if you drink alcohol and don't eat animal products, because you're only harming yourself. But when you consume animal products, you're harming innocent individuals.
Okay, thank you for this conversation. Can we shake it with an hand?
Sure.
Or,
But I'll give you a card, okay?
that's no problem at all.
I'm sorry if you think my I just
No
realized my
problem at
face
all.
is a little bit of a resting bitch face.
Show
But
me in the eyes, please.
say it again.
Show me in the eyes and give a hand.
That's what I did.
No, but you don't.
Oh, the eyes. Oh,
Yeah,
I
thank you
see
so
what
much.
mean.
Thank you
Okay,
so
okay,
much.
yeah.
That's great.
So there's a documentary here called Dominion. Do you think you could
Yeah.
give that a watch?
I will do it, but must I take a picture of it?
No,
or
you
do
take
have
it,
for
take
free?
it, take it with you. And
Yes.
Challenge 22.
Yeah.
They hook you up with a dietitian. They send you recipes every day, and they help you go vegan for free. So any
So-
dietary concern you have, they'll help you out with that. It's
Again?
cheaper, it's better for you, but most importantly, you're not oppressing animals anymore.
Okay. Thank you so much again for this conversation, and very good that you do this for this case. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You also.
Nice
Bye bye.
to meet you.
Thank
See
you.
you
Have a
later.
good one.
Bye.
Cheers.
Hey, did you just get a donation?
Yeah, somebody said go to McDonald's and fix a Happy Meal with a burger.
Fix a Happy Meal with a burger.
And it's it's in Romanian. He gave me like €2 maybe. Thank you.
right.
Yeah. Plant pain was proven. Oh Jesus Christ! Just shut up. No, there's
pain, no, we already did
again. No.
Just go back. I don't know.
Just go
what is
back.
it, like
There's no
half an
plants feel
hour?
pain bullshit. Stop it with that. The plants don't feel pain. Stop
It's
it.
like what did you say? Like a teapot around Saturn.
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
everything, can predict the future.
Yeah,
Is that-
there's
yeah.
a teapot
That's definitely
around
true.
Saturn that can predict the future.
No, I know for sure that a teapot in the orbit of Saturn actually can
Yeah.
predict the future.
Yeah, there's a teapot there that can predict the
I know
future.
this.
Um,
Try and prove me wrong, bitch.
yeah. I need to make my face look more welcoming, I guess, because he was like,
We did a good cop, bad cop routine.
I wasn't even a bad cop. I was just like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I think they're kind of shitty.
When
Yeah.
you called him a shitty person, that's when he definitely got triggered.
He got triggered. Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you, but like tactful.
Yeah, maybe I should say it's a shitty decision more than anything. I don't think it's a shitty person because that's the reality.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what the reality is for me actually. Sometimes I do think people are shitty.
Me too.
Like,
But I don't think that. I think people are shitty if they're being actively, like if they're being apathetic. I think that's a shitty thing to be. Ignorant.
it's like,
Well, ignorant is not a shitty thing to be because you don't know that you're ignorant.
yeah, some people they're like, like the guy who said like, I'm gonna eat a T-bone steak. You know, that's shitty. You know.
Yeah, that's a
Because
shitty
you
person.
just don't care about animals. Yeah. In fact, it's just never pretty if you don't care about animals. I mean, we're animals.
You wanna have a conversation?
I don't know, what about?
Animals.
Sure.
You wanna have a okay, nice. Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Of course. Oh, on TV?
On YouTube, not on TV.
of course.
But you gotta come here. You gotta come here. You gotta come. You come here? Can you come here so that you're? Yeah, nice. What's your name?
Laura.
Laura, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Lobo.
Hello. Hi.
So Laura, we're animal rights activists. We're here to
Okay.
fight for animals.
Sure.
How do you feel about animals?
Oh, they're amazing.
They're amazing. Should we be enslaving animals?
No.
No. But do you think that when we choose to farm them, we are enslaving them?
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes. Is there any form of farming that doesn't involve slavery?
I don't know.
Well, farming inherently implies we control the breeding process. We control, so we bring them into existence, we use them, and then we can no longer use them, we kill them, right? Do you think that's slavery?
Well, I don't really know.
Well, it's,
do you think
can we
is slavery then?
can we at least call it bad?
Maybe, yeah. I'm a bit busy.
Okay. She felt like she was being set up, huh?
She's a bit busy.
Like, uh-oh. This is going to have to lead to me admitting that I eat animals, which is hypocritical. And then that means I need to change. And I don't want to change. Hello.
Question.
Yeah. What's your question?
What's the experiment?
It's about animals. You guys want to try?
What's the experiment?
Are you okay with being live on YouTube?
How old are you first?
19.
19? Okay. Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Okay.
You're already almost.
Awesome.
You gotta go there.
Move a little
We
bit
don't have
closer.
very much time.
Okay.
Can we like if we
We can try and keep it short. How much time do you have?
maybe like 2 minutes or
2 minutes.
you have to translate maybe. Yeah, I have
Okay.
to translate too.
So, what's the 2-minute version? Can you do the
2-minute
2-minute
version. Sure. Do you think enslaving animals is okay?
Als veel dierverslaven is oké. Was dierverslaven? No.
No. Do you think that if we farm them, we're enslaving them?
No.
No? So if we did that, if we farmed humans the way we farm animals, would you call it slavery?
No, but I think it's not the same.
Wait, if we farmed humans the way we farmed animals, you wouldn't call it slavery?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Okay.
But I
So
think
then
it's
the
a big
action, so the
difference.
action is slavery. The victim is just a different species, but the action itself is still a
But
form
I
of
don't
slavery.
think that the animals realize it.
Yeah, that's okay. Do you think that in the context of humans, if they don't realize that they're enslaved, it makes it okay to enslave them?
I think it doesn't. Yeah. And no, but I think you can't compare this.
Is farming animals immoral? That's what we're going to.
breeding, keeping them imprisoned their whole life, and then killing them? Is that moral?
No, I wouldn't say so. But I think a lot of things that we do are not moral. So
Okay. Do you think you have an alternative for this one?
It wasn't.
Like, you know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah,
When you
you're
buy
thinking-
animal products, in the case of food, clothing, entertainment, all
Yeah.
these kind of things, you are supporting this type of farming.
Yeah.
And you have an alternative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have a readily available alternative. So why not choose that?
Because I think I like meat.
Does that justify the enslavement, the exploitation?
It's culture. I think it's culture.
Does
I think,
culture justify enslavement and
I
exploitation?
think.
So in Spain they have bullfighting. And in bullfighting the bulls always get killed at the end. They get spears thrown at them. Do you think that is
but
moral?
I think that's a bit different.
No,
because-
I'm just asking you.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's not
another.
moral.
It's a
I
culture.
would say
But that's
immoral.
cultural.
But that's culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what if somebody from Spain says, "Yeah, but this is our culture"? Would
Yeah.
you agree with that?
I think no, but
No.
it's their
So
thing.
in the same way, we don't agree with you that it's because it's culture, therefore it's okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I think we have a lot of other problems in the moment in the world.
Which
that are
problems
a
are
bit-
you causing specifically, day to day?
Which problems are you solving?
Yeah, I think like the whole migration with all the people that are victims to war and stuff that need help. I think that's a bigger problem.
So if you had an option between either creating a victim of war or not creating a victim of war, which one would you choose?
I would create not victim.
Okay, well, 3 times per day, you're faced with the choice. You can spend the rest of your life, the rest of your time doing whatever you want, but when you make this choice and you're the one making it, you could choose to not oppress an innocent animal. Why not choose that?
Yeah, I think I think you're right, but yeah.
But
I don't know.
But-
I just
But I'm gonna continue doing what I do anyway. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm honest, just.
So that's the 2-minute version then.
okay.
yeah.
2-minute version is that you agree with us that what you're doing is immoral, but you're gonna continue doing it anyway. That is the 2-minute version.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a
Bye
great
bye.
day.
2-minute version. I think 2-minute version almost never works because it always ends up like this. Well, not always, but
I would have pressed them more. A little bit more.
Oh yeah, I was not interested. Because ultimately they're saying, yeah, I agree with you, but, you know, like, how is that interesting? Well, I don't know, like, to me it's not interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole bullfighting was a very good example. Very good example, that should be.
Yeah, I did do that for a lot. I used that one in the Social Experiment 2.0 script at Vegan Future. It was like part of the script.
Yeah.
And it works really well. Because almost everybody agrees that bullfighting is bad.
Yeah.
And then for the same reasons, the exact same reasons, people should agree that eating animals is bad or eating animal products is bad. Because ultimately, you eat animals for fun.
Or
Because
convenience,
for-
or it's taste, pleasure,
habit.
convenience, or tradition. Those are the three big ones.
Yeah. And
There's
none
no
of
other
those-
reason.
None of those are good reasons.
They're not, because if you were in the position of the victim, you wouldn't accept to be oppressed, to be exploited, to be treated like an object, to be used as a means to an end, killed. Whatever happens, you wouldn't accept it just because they're saying, well, I like doing it, or I've always done it, or I don't know, it's convenient for me to do it.
Yeah, like imagine you can talk to the cow and you tell the cow, yeah, it's just more convenient for me to eat you.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I like the taste pleasure of it. Or, you know, I've been brought up to eat you. You know,
Well,
like, how is that a good reason?
The reality is they're all just NPCs. That's the reality. I hate to say it. It's just you don't want, if you don't want to be an NPC, then actually look into it, because this behavior of consuming animal products is nothing more than you do it because you've always done it. It's nothing more. Most of people are just going like with inertia, with the inertia of it. They were taught to do it, they continue to do it.
We do it because we do it because we do it because we do it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the only reason
The
why.
only reason.
Not
There's
because we've thought about it and then decided, you know, like this is a good thing to do.
No, it's
That
just
is why all the arguments are so shitty, you know.
yeah,
Because they are motivated reasoning.
yeah, exactly.
Actually, NPCs are usually smarter nowadays. You know,
Okay,
ask
fair enough.
ChatGPT or Claude, you know, whether you should be vegan, you know, and the answer is going to be yes. I mean, I asked ChatGPT the question: if you can be healthy on a plant-based diet, and it is within your means to be healthy on a plant-based diet, is it immoral to be eating animal products, or is it then immoral? And I added also, maybe if you're gonna try this prompt at home, I added, don't give me a long-winded answer, boil it down to yes or no. And basically it said yes. Well, that's what I got out of it. It said yes, it is immoral, and of course it is immoral. I mean, it's just logic. You know, like ChatGPT actually can do logic.
It
knows the facts as well.
Well, whatever it is, I think like you need to kind of. I think the one thing that works best outside of the trolls, which we have a lot of trolls also in my chat. I think one thing you gotta ask yourself if you're not a vegan listening to this is ask yourself this: why do we consume chickens but not dogs? Because it's fairly simple. Intelligent or pigs versus dogs even.
Oh, can I play a devil's advocate here?
Sure.
Because these arguments are also stupid. Why do we not eat dogs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because dogs they are our friends.
Yeah, but we call them friends, right? We put them in the box called friends, and we say, okay, well, I put you in this box. I will treat you how based on the box that I put you in.
Yeah, but dogs were bred to be our friends.
Not necessarily. I think we domesticated dogs in the same way that we domesticated other animals, the same procedures. Kind of cruel also. Dogs are not treated any better. Well, they're treated better, but not much better than the rest of the animals. We still bring them into existence for our own pleasure. So.
Yeah, but I mean, dogs don't taste good.
What if dogs tasted 5 times better?
I like dogs.
Yeah, it always
It's very
boils
hard to
down.
play
It
devil's
always
advocate,
boils down to this. It always boils down to this idea of
Playing devil's advocate in this case is so hard because
it's just illogical.
You're gonna have to say something stupid at some point.
Yeah, but that's what I was telling people. Like, if you think doing it to dogs is wrong or cats, but doing it to other animals is okay, then You gotta ask yourself why, because if I put a dog into a slaughterhouse or a gas chamber, they're not gonna feel any different than a pig or a cow does. They're just gonna feel just as bad. They're just gonna lose their whole experience of life and everything. So
Yeah, but dogs are man's best friend.
yeah. So are pigs, so are cows. In fact, I would say pigs and cows did more for humanity than dogs did,
Yeah, but you're not gonna keep a cow in your home and cuddle it.
because they're too big, yeah. Well,
Is that a good reason to kill them then? No.
obviously.
Okay.
You're also taller than me, therefore
End of
it's justified to be killed.
Yeah. Did you see that movie, The Wave?
No.
It's a really good movie, actually. I think it's a bit old, like maybe even from the 80s.
Yeah.
It's the setup is this teacher, and he starts to divide the classroom into. I think it was based on an actual experiment also that happened where they divided the classroom into the children with blue eyes and the children with brown eyes.
Okay.
And the children with blue eyes, he was going to. He gave them all kinds of benefits all the time, and the people with brown eyes, I mean, they had to sit in the back, and they couldn't participate immediately, and they couldn't answer certain questions and so on. Hello. Hi.
Are you guys okay being live on YouTube?
Live on YouTube. Hey, I'm Lobo.
I'm Diana, nice to meet you.
Diana. Hi.
Chip.
Where are you from? Diana, sorry.
Chip, nice to meet you. I'm from Romania, but I live here. He's Dutch. And he lives.
Okay, I'm from Portugal.
He's Dutch too now. Actually.
Yeah, I'm Dutch also, yeah.
How long have you been here?
10 years.
10 years now. It's my 30.
Then you're Dutch.
Well, I have citizenship, so I'm Dutch because of that. So,
Yeah, we met some really nice people from Portugal before, actually.
Okay, that's
Yeah, really good conversation. But it's a hard conversation that we have, like for a lot of people though, because it's a conversation about ethics.
Okay.
And so let me see if we can just kind of agree on ethics at first, you know? Do you agree that we shouldn't unnecessarily kill or hurt anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah?
in other words, if there's no necessity behind it,
To kill anyone.
yeah,
I'm for violence. I don't think there's any necessity for
like
Yeah,
that.
when there's no necessity, we shouldn't be killing anybody, we shouldn't be hurting anybody, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so does that also include, let's say, severely mentally handicapped people? Like that are so, like,
That they
really
wouldn't
low
know
IQ,
that we're-
They wouldn't even know what's happening to them, but they would suffer still.
I think we'll also include that because they're also humans still. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, even if they cannot make that choice, there's
Yeah.
people, there's family,
Yeah.
and they can affect them.
Yeah,
as
but
well,
also they
so-
would suffer, but they just wouldn't understand really what's
Exactly.
happening and why people are doing this to them, but they would
Exactly.
suffer. Yeah.
Exactly. They cannot say anything, or
Yeah.
if that's the case.
And so, what if they are not our species, but they're another species? Let's say they're dolphins or something like that.
Yeah, what, sorry?
Dolphins, for example. Do you think we should, like, it's okay to unnecessarily hurt or
No.
kill dolphins?
No, of course not.
Especially
yeah.
unnecessary parts.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how about cows, pigs, chickens,
Sheep.
fish, lamb, ducks, geese? Do you think we shouldn't be unnecessarily killing or hurting these animals?
Yeah, that's a tricky question because we do eat. I mean, I'm not a vegetarian at all.
Yeah.
But I did watch some documentaries about it, and I did reduce my consumption on it.
Yeah.
So I try to, even at Albertine or stuff, I try to buy just vegetarian food, like
But
tofu.
are we unnecessarily harming these animals?
Yeah,
The
I think the part of like
industry.
unnecessary. Like,
Yeah.
when is it unnecessary? Because
I think like we
So-
can reduce definitely the consumption, and we don't do it. Especially, I mean.
But is it a necessity at all? Like, I want to just be clear on this one. Is it a
eat meat,
necessity?
to-
Consume animal products, not just meat.
If it is a
Cheese, eggs.
necessity.
Yeah.
I think it's. I don't know if it's like a necessity.
Is it a necessity to wear wool? To wear leather?
Yeah, it's definitely not a necessity.
Okay.
You can survive.
Because we have
without wearing it.
alternatives.
Yeah, yeah,
Do we
of
have
course.
alternatives for animal products?
Yeah,
We
you
do have alternatives. We do have
Yeah.
alternatives.
Yeah.
And we also have data showing that we can be healthy on
Yeah.
we're on a plant-based diet.
There are top athletes like Venus Williams and Novak Djokovic and Lewis Hamilton. Those are all vegan. They don't consume any kind of animal products, and they're and they're world-class top athletes, right? So, and there's a lot of data showing that you can be healthy and thrive, actually live longer on a vegan plant-based
Yeah,
diet.
but I do have to say also the meat alternatives, especially here in the Netherlands, it's quite expensive to
Cheaper than meat.
It is
It's
actually
not.
In the Netherlands specifically, they actually an article that came out in January last year showed that it is cheaper, and now with the inflation, it's actually more expensive. Even
to eat meat.
yeah. But even if it weren't, you don't have to eat those meat replacements, right? Like those are just some solutions. You can eat something else. But so we've established that they are optional, that they're not necessary. Can we also agree that it is harmful to the animals?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, of course.
They have
Of
to be,
course.
they have to be
Of
dead
course.
to eat,
Yeah.
to eat them.
And you
Yeah.
can just watch the documentary to see how the industry is horrible, how they mistreat them.
Yeah.
Because they're just raising them to kill them.
It's just that it's not just the industry. When we say industry, we like to imagine the factory farms and we say those are the problem, but it's not that. Because I come from Romania, I saw it in my grandmother's backyard. Everything that they do in a factory farm is the same thing they do on a small farm. It's just at a smaller scale, and it seems more humane to us. When we see so many animals in one place, we think, oh, look at this, because they're going in a line, they're going through a process, they're going to
but
this
also
thing.
the enclosed
But it's the same
spaces.
thing.
I mean, my grandpa's and my grandma had also like a little farm in the backyard, and they treated the animals with the respect while they had them. Of course, it was eventually food for them to eat.
Yeah.
But at some point, they were not in the enclosed space. They were not.
Does space matter that much?
I'm not saying that it matters that much, but I'm just saying like it can have both ways of treating animals. You just don't have to put them in just enclosed space or like just I don't know.
Sure, there are worse ways
just
to
torturing.
treat animals, right?
Exactly. I'm just
But
saying.
like killing animals unnecessarily is always a bad thing, right?
Yeah,
If there's
of
no
course.
necessity behind it, it might have been that like back in the day, it was necessary because people didn't have all these alternatives.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And
But
nowadays
now
we
when you
do
go
have-
to the Albert Heijn, ta-da, here is all these vegan products, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And in fact, you can get a discount on them if you take Albert Heijn Premium.
Yeah, yeah.
You get 10% off and like a pack of soy milk which has the exact same nutritional profile as like dairy milk is 10 cents cheaper than dairy milk.
Yeah, it depends on the brand, but there is one that's very
Like
cheap
Albert Heijn
indeed.
is,
Yeah, yeah,
when you
yeah.
have the premium account.
Yeah, but even if not, if you don't have all that, like tofu's cheap. We have, and Albert Heijn is
Cheapest products
Albert Heijn
of all
isn't
vegan.
even the cheapest. You can get soy chunks which are very cheap. Like there's plenty of alternatives. It's just when we like to talk about animals, right? Because it's the animals that we're concerned about. And we acknowledge that they do unnecessary harm. And you said space. I'm like, you know, a lot of the times we like to say,
Just
well,
one factor, for
yeah,
example.
but if they have a lot of space, we like to think that somehow that's better. But let me put it this way: if I give you a lot of space, would that mean that if I sexually impregnate you against your will, would that be okay?
No, of course not.
Do you acknowledge that we do that to
Yeah.
animals for the milk, for example?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, that
no,
we
I
take
do
their
understand.
baby away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
yeah, we
just
do fucked up
I
things.
also feel like there's, of course, there's a lot of information now. You just said there's a lot of products nowadays.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't know if it is the lifestyle. I don't know what is it about, but it's just in some kind of way. I don't want to say, but some kind of way easier, you know, because it's also how we were raised. At least I talk about me,
yeah, yeah.
you know.
It's a non-vegan
All my
world, of
family
course.
is-
Yeah.
Non-vegan
So
world.
you have to adapt. You have to like kind of reset your mind to it and just change your habits, and which you can do, which all of those athletes did, for example. But it's just it's a kind of reset point that can be done, but
Who would you have been during slavery times? Would you have been a person to support slavery, or would you have been a person to say no to slavery?
Of course, you know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you say no so easily, but like during slavery times, you were raised to believe that slavery was absolutely okay, you know? And that was the easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Like even
And you were
even
also-
people who said that they were against slavery were still keeping slaves.
And you were also raised to think that the people who we enslaved, they're not human. They're not like us. It's okay to do this to them. Which is oddly similar to exactly what we say about the rest of the animals, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to believe that about yourself and you say that we live in a non-vegan world, it's true, we do.
Yeah.
They also lived in a world where slavery was rampant. If you want to say that you're a person who cares about justice regardless of what everyone else does, then the right thing to do is to go vegan. Have you guys ever considered being vegan?
Well, I'm only eating meat once in a while, but I don't eat necessarily other how do you say that? Animal
Daily.
thingies.
Yeah.
Because I cannot have lactose, so I'm like completely out of lactose already.
Okay.
So that's up one part.
Yeah.
So I only eat once in a while, like a meat thingy, but that's it.
Yeah.
Like completely vegan. I've been thinking about. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about it also, but I still haven't had to make the decision to go completely vegan yet.
Yeah, I never tried as well to go. Yeah, but I did reduce since I moved to the Netherlands because back home it was just my mom cooking, so I didn't have that much of a choice. But in the Netherlands I did reduce and I consume a lot because it's also cheaper. The Terra or something products, which is like the
That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
get a 10% discount.
Yeah, or you can do like 1+1 or something, and I do consume those a lot, and they're still very tasty, just as normal meat. So
And they have a great nutritional profile. Many
But
of these products.
let's say you do it once a year, not even once a month or once a week, once a year. Can we say that it's justified for us to choose a product that we know will enslave and kill an animal, even if we do it once a year?
no, it doesn't justify. It doesn't justify.
So the frequency of it, while obviously it matters to the numbers, to the sheer numbers of it, to the individuals that still suffer behind the choices that you're making, it doesn't really matter, right? Like if, for instance, if somebody wants to commit an injustice towards you, they want to kill you, they want to use you, I don't think you'll get much solace. You'll feel much better if you know that they only did it to you, or they'll stop after they do it to you, or they do it once a month and you're that once a month, right? Like it just matters that they did it to you, right? You don't want that to happen to you. And it's the same, we have to think about the animals in the same manner because they don't want that to happen to them. They also don't want to be killed and forced into slaughterhouses. And if you're, especially if you say you do it so rarely, it should be even easier to stop then. There's no reason to do it.
And there's a big difference between you eating once in a while and saying that you're vegan, you know. It also sends a message to the world, you know. The only reason why we're eating these products is because everybody is doing it, you know.
But
It's
you
not
also
like
have to start at some point, you know, and I think reducing it is already a starting point because you can, I mean, I'm not saying that you cannot cut it completely because you can, but I'm just saying if you gradually do it, you will be more inclined to stop eventually. And if you're like just cutting it off, either like maybe your nutrition, I don't know, like you can feel sick or miss the taste of meat or something, and if you gradually cut it from your life and from your daily meals, I think it's just easier. So that's why
there's a valid point here.
Yeah.
The valid point is that if you can reduce until you got to the end and basically you are vegan then you can be it for the rest of your life. Versus you cut it today and then and 3 months later you find out that's then better to reduce, yes.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I think people overestimate how difficult it is to be vegan. Everybody that I know, and I know a lot of vegans, and he will tell you the exact same thing. Everybody that I know that went vegan was surprised how easy it is, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we think that, oh, you know, what am I going to do, etc., you know, but it's so fucking easy nowadays, you know. Even you can go to ChatGPT and you say, oh, I'm in love with this moussaka, you know, that is my favorite dish, you know. How do I make that vegan? And then you make a moussaka vegan, and then you come to the conclusion it tastes exactly the same. You know, because all the taste comes from the flavorings anyway.
Yeah, the spices and
And
everything.
the pairing of all of it.
But why would you say like, because I feel like being vegan is a very still taboo topic. Like for example, you mentioned like Lewis Hamilton.
So is being a feminist. Are you a feminist?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'm a feminist also. Same.
Yeah.
It's a taboo to some people, but in reality, feminist is to women what veganism is to animals. It means respecting their rights. It's only
also the word that
But I want to know
the word.
Yeah.
The word. Yeah,
Can
people
you-
have this.
I would
Yeah.
like to
I'm
hear
sorry.
what
I'm
you
sorry.
were-
What you're saying.
What
Yeah.
were you going to say about it?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's a taboo.
Oh yeah, because for example, you mentioned Lewis Hamilton and stuff,
Yeah.
and I had no knowledge. I mean, I know Lewis Hamilton, I know what he does,
Yeah.
but I was not aware, and I feel like there could be more talk around it because there's no weird thing on being a vegan. It's also, I think it would be a very nice thing to come out and talk about it more, especially
Absolutely,
if
yeah.
you're an influencer, if you're like
Yeah.
a star, a celebrity. I
100%.
think you should. And I had no idea, so that's why I said that I think there should be definitely more talk about it because why not?
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. And it's one of those underappreciated topics. Like some people have told me, and you maybe got the same as well. They say like, why do you care about the animals? You know, they're just animals, you know, like people, like there's so many problems in the world, like why
care about this?
Why care about this, you know? And then people just don't understand that. First of all, a pig is pretty much the same as a dog. Actually, pigs are smarter than dogs. So if you care about dogs, you should care about pigs. And then we kill 15 million of them each year in this country alone, which is almost 1 per inhabitant, you know, and they are living the shittiest lives, you know, like they live in darkness, they never get to go outside, they have 1 square meter per pig, and then they get killed in a gas chamber, you know, where they actually drown in CO2 gas, which is very painful to them, you know. So like, if that is not atrocious to you, then I don't know what is, you know. And we get to make a choice on this every day, you know, like we get to have a conversation with all these people on the street, because all of them are probably, like 99% of them are not vegan, you know. So there's a lot to do here.
And very ignorant about the topic, and I talk about myself as well. Like, I didn't know that data exactly.
Yeah, true. But for how long are you guys vegan now?
5 years.
6 years.
And what was the reason when you were like, let's
Dairy,
go fully
cheese.
vegan now?
Dairy. Do you know what happens for dairy cows?
For me, it was dairy too. Yeah.
Dairy, yeah. So I thought it doesn't happen in the Netherlands.
The
but
calves, right? They
Yeah.
get taken away and then
the calves, they get taken away. So they forcefully impregnate the cows because they only produce milk if they have a baby. They take away their babies. They kill the babies if they're male. And the females, they do the same as their mothers, repeatedly impregnation, taking away babies. And at the age of 6, they kill them because they're not productive anymore, and they can live 24 years. So they have a short life, and in that short life, they get treated like an object, essentially. And in the absolute worst manner, because they exploit them sexually, which is very fucked up. They also have a psychic. We forget that there are individuals who have psychic, who suffer from anxiety, who feel all this. And we just give them all that, and on top of that, we exploit them physically to an extent that we call them spent, and they can no longer even stand. They literally fall down. So dairy was one thing that I thought, no, it doesn't happen in the Netherlands, because you bike here and you're like, look at the cows on the field, that cannot possibly be it. Then you just look it up a little bit, you go do a little bit of research, and you realize that it's not only that it's happening in the Netherlands, but that the Dutch are much worse than most countries actually. Because what the Dutch do is they, on top of doing this, they also do this to animals without any, like not even selling the animal. They do this to show superiority over other farmers. Like there's farmers who have animals here, and they have more animals, and they do all this to animals just to say, I have more animals than you. There's farmers who do all this, and then they don't even kill the male calves, but let them starve to death. Like there's just, the whole industry sees all these animals as merely objects. They put a number tag on their ear, and that's all they are. They're a property and number, and they care about them as much as they are objects of profit for them. If the minute that they're not going to make profit for them, that's it. Doesn't matter what the animal wants. Doesn't matter that they feel that they have emotions. They're gone.
We do such fucked up things to animals, you know, like these male calves, we don't give them enough iron in their diet, so they become anemic, and that is because the meat looks redder that way.
Oh God.
And with pigs, they castrate them. They don't use any anesthetics, and that is because the meat tastes better that way. You know?
Yeah.
So it's just complete disregard of life.
Yeah, and obviously, if you said gradually reducing it, obviously it's better than stopping. It's just that, as I said, like on this way, some animals will still be put through this process for you, and if you were in their shoes, you wouldn't want that to happen to you, right? So it's we gotta be, like, on the other side isn't animals, it's individuals. It's who feel, who have emotions. So how many more individuals who feel, who have emotions should be treated like this, like objects for you from now on? What do you think?
No, I agree. Like, again, and just going a little bit on what you said, like about the pigs being just as dogs, even like smarter. It's just the standard view, because well, dogs are cute, they're our pets, we have it at home, we can walk them in the street.
Yeah.
And technically, well, you can do it with a pig, but well, it's not the normal thing to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just, I feel like it's just the standard way that society looks at it, you know? I'm not saying it's the right way, I'm just saying
I understand.
it's just, you have first to change mentalities, and I think changing mentalities is starting by talking more about it. For example, the documentaries, you have them accessible for example, Netflix or everything, but they're kind of like the the dark side. Like you don't want to see that because that will shock you. And I remember seeing at school. We did it at school in Portugal, and I remember leaving the class and being like, damn, like this is horrendous, you know.
I don't want to see it.
You want to see it?
I don't want to see it.
I don't open it up, but it is pretty bad.
Yeah.
And it's not just the animals that we farm, it's all the animals that we use. Because we use cats and dogs, we use a lot of the animals. For example, for testing animals, you know beagles? They're very cute dogs. Do you know why we use beagles for testing? Because they're docile, because they do what we say. This is what we've done. We said we selectively bred the animals who are docile, the ones who don't fight back. And then when we made this species of animals who now no longer can fight back, but they still have this feeling that they don't want to be in that position, and now we kill them. It's the worst thing that we can do to anyone. Like imagine if you're not having the power to fight back and somebody continuously fucking with you.
And through selective breeding, we have created complete Frankenstein monsters.
Oh yeah.
Like these chickens, for example, the broiler chickens that are made for meat. So they live for 6 weeks. Normal chickens, they can live up to 15 years, like wild chickens. But if you take one of these broiler chickens and you keep it and you save it from one of those slaughterhouses, you cannot make it live longer than a year because they're so genetically fucked up. They grow incredibly fast to have a lot of weight. Yeah, a lot of them actually break their bones. Especially when the pickers come, so they have a whole like barn with 30,000 of these chickens, and
that's free range
chickens. Yeah, they come and they pick them, and what they do is they in each finger they have one chicken, so they have sometimes 4 to 5 chickens in one hand, because they have 3 hours to clear 30,000 chickens with a group of, let's say, 5. Usually it's boys or immigrants actually who are like low-paid workers, and they have to clear that in 3 hours. So they are basically throwing these chickens in these crates, and while they are doing that, they're breaking their legs. You know,
and these are the lucky ones, because the ones who look ugly or have a problem, they throw them in the bin and then just let them literally get crushed by the weight of the other chickens and asphyxiated. It's such a fucked up.
They don't give a shit.
Nobody cares.
They also, like these chickens, many of them don't even make it to the slaughterhouse. So
no.
What is
I mean,
this?
just go there. We're doing something. No, I'm not gonna move.
Guys, like your stance before going vegan? How did you? Because you already knew like it also get killed. You also ate meat before that.
We just like it's one thing you kind of know that they get killed. I think it's another thing when you're like hearing everything that they go through, and it's on another level, and you kind of tell yourself everyone does it, right? Like we have this thing that even if we know we're doing something bad, if everyone else does it, then it's maybe somehow not that bad. We feel like it's okay.
Yeah, important almost.
But when you see them, when you see what they go through, and you start connecting with them and the other perspective, you realize that no, it's not. And
it's
if
also
you
the perspective of like, why should I change? Because what difference will I make?
100 animals. 100 animals per
year.
100 to 100 depends on how many animal products you consume. But even so,
I know there's a difference, but it's just like the mind of like, but I'm just like one person. I mean, like
we get that a
billion,
lot.
you know? So that's why.
But also, I think
there's
it's
gonna be
really
like a complete stop of like animal.
Absolutely, yeah.
100%, yeah.
And that's easier than you think.
Yeah, but like for everyone,
Stop there. Stop there. Huh? Stop there then. We're on the sidewalk. We're exercising our right to be on the sidewalk. You can go there.
I cannot stop everywhere.
I'm not moving.
Okay, then I stop. Don't you want to move a little?
No, fucking. They're supervising the cheese store. Why would I give a shit about this person? Move. I'm not moving at all.
This is how we are together, you know. I'm always the good cop and he's always the bad cop.
I am not moving. She should go. Get fucked. This is a fucking sidewalk. What the fuck? Since when do cars have a
But it was good to talk about it, like
Oh.
to get another perspective on it.
Yeah.
This
Let me give you some cards.
Animals are individuals, you know.
Yeah.
One chicken you could fall in love with, you know. So it never is really worth it to eat them.
There's a thing here called Challenge 22.
Okay.
They hook you up with a dietitian, they send you recipes every day, and they help you go vegan. Maybe give that a try. It's a 22-day challenge at the end of the day, right? You try it for 22 days, and if then you're like, you know what, I don't miss it, there's no need for it, then just don't do it. And there's plenty of documentaries and videos, like the most important speech you'll ever hear doesn't really show what's happening there, it just talks about it. And it's important to know, maybe you have questions about honey, maybe you have questions about eggs. It's important to know all of this, right?
And there's so many good vegan restaurants in Amsterdam.
Oh, it's
so
full.
is there any kind of food that you like? Because
Everything. So,
everything.
yeah, honestly,
There's
I'm
like
not
the-
picky.
there's the vegan-
I just don't like spicy.
there's like the vegan sushi bar.
Oh, that's a
there's
good one.
Mexican. There's Suriname. Like, if you want to have a nice vegan meal here in Amsterdam, it's like, yeah, you never need to.
Yeah.
Go and try that.
And this is your social media.
Yeah, this is my social media.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, this was a really good conversation.
Thank you for stopping by. And
We can do 4.
And think, but not just think, act, okay? Because
Of
acting
course.
is what matters, okay? Thank you,
Have a
guys.
nice day.
Have a good one. Cheers.
Bye.
God, these with the trucks. Fucking hate people.
Wir haben genug Käse.
Maybe I'm gonna call it quits.
I also think I'm kind of done. I got tired in the middle of this conversation. It was a very good conversation, but I got tired. Yeah.
And then we have the truck guy here.
They said they have good cheese. That's what the people there said.
Yeah. Good käse.
So move. No, I'm not gonna fucking move on the sidewalk. I don't care if they're fucking financing the thing. This is a fucking sidewalk. Just go somewhere else. Jesus Christ. This isn't a city built for cars. It's a city built for people. Like, we can't just give cars everything. It's anyway super annoying. Like, just go somewhere else. I'm done with cars. Jesus Christ. They're important, but you know, fucking do your job without... Yeah. Sorry. I'm passionate also about this. I'm passionate about a lot of topics. I just want the world to be better. Why is that bad?
I like these. They have these small trucks, these electric trucks.
Yeah.
You know, they fit the city.
Yeah.
These kinds of trucks.
This is a fucking cheese person truck. What?
It's for a cheese store. Right?
Fuck that. Fuck them. I don't need to be nice to them.
They feed your ass. Yeah. Not my ass actually. But here we go. It's working out for him anyway.
Yeah, it's okay. That he can do his own shit.
So, what are your closing words? How did you think today went?
It was okay. It was okay. It was a good. We had some pretty good
We
conversations.
had a few good conversations, and we met Kasia, which was very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
Do you mind if we just do a delivery real quickly? If you don't mind?
I personally mind, but I don't think I can say it. We're gonna leave anyway in
gonna
like
leave,
5
yeah.
minutes, so maybe
No,
wait
sorry.
5 minutes until we leave.
We just need to do this quick because we don't want to block the street for other cars. So that's why we're just asking for like 5 minutes.
Well, how
just-
about blocking the street for other pedestrians? You don't want to
That's why
block.
we're going on the side here, so that's not in the
Put
pedestrian
it
way.
there or something. Yeah.
No, that's what we're trying to do, but we don't want to intervene with you guys. So we're just asking
Yeah.
if we can have
We're
5
going,
minutes.
we're gonna go away, and
We're gonna
actually,
go
you
away
can use
anyway.
this space.
Yeah, this
if
is
you want.
good, but I don't want to be rude or anything. We're just asking for 5
No,
minutes.
I get it. I don't want to be rude also. It's just that you're not the first car who comes here, who puts pedestrians in danger, who drive here. Like, it's just like this. I understand this is a big sidewalk, and cars think they have permissions to do whatever they want because it's a big sidewalk. But it is for pedestrians at the end of the day, you know. Like, it's for pedestrians, and I'm like, just say you can park there, but just again, it's for pedestrians. It's not for cars.
That's why we're trying to make as much space possible for
Sure.
the pedestrians.
Sure.
So we understand.
Sure. Thank you.
Well played on his part. So, yeah, I thought it was good.
I also thought it was good.
Wishing you a nice week. Oh, are you coming Sunday? Actually.
Yeah. Of course I'm coming Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
See you Sunday then.
I'm not gonna.
Hopefully the weather will be better then.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be difficult to move all of this stuff, huh? funny because like we're trying to protect. You know, it's so funny because this thing with the sidewalk, I'm like, it annoys me because cars really do think they have the right to go and be everywhere, which kind of don't block the cars. But what about the fucking pedestrians?
I mean, these shops do need to get stocked, you know, somehow.
Yeah, but why don't they just make like a parking spot? Like if they really want to be.
Personally, I don't like cars in the canals of Amsterdam at
Me
all.
neither.
But like, this is a truck, and delivery trucks, they without these delivery trucks,
It's
we
okay.
wouldn't
It's
have these
okay.
products. So.
It just annoys me when we would mid-conversation and they would. Yeah, good conversations. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. We're gonna continue fighting for animals. We're gonna continue fighting against injustice, as you see. I think there's been some super chats which I want to give a thank for. I haven't gotten a chance to. So thank you, The Wandering Mason, for plop. And thank you, Threnon, for saying go to McDonald's and pick a Happy Meal with a burger. Yeah, they do have plant-based burgers nowadays, so we can go to McDonald's and also be vegan.
Actually,
at the
they
same time.
just stopped. Did you know that?
Oh, they did?
I actually saw a message.
They don't have a McPlant anymore?
Yeah, they're gonna discontinue the McPlant.
Oh no.
And there's not gonna be a vegan version anymore.
Why?
Because McDonald's is a fucking bitch. Like, McDonald's has been one of the most resistant companies to,
Progress.
Veganism out there, like Burger King is awesome, like they even have some Burger Kings where they only have the vegan versions, like I think in Portugal I saw one. But McDonald's is a fucking bitch, they only care about the status quo and they're making profits. They probably are very deep in with the lobby, with the animal agriculture lobby. They don't want to change. So every time they put out some veggie version of something, they actually don't want it to succeed.
McDonald's CEO owns slaughterhouses and farms. They feel threatened because we are winning.
Oh, right. Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
but that makes all the sense in the world. And I would have expected something like that. They apparently don't give a shit.
Yeah,
in fact, they give anti-shit. Like they don't want to change.
Thank you so much, Linda, for putting the 3-minute video in the chat there. And everyone who thinks doesn't know what we're talking about or is wondering what the hell's going on, first of all, hit that like if you enjoyed the stream. The McPlant is staying in the range of burgers. Oh, okay, it's staying apparently in the range of burgers.
Not in the Netherlands. I just read this.
Oh, okay, so maybe not in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Weird. There's a 3-minute video that you can watch that Linda just posted. Wait, let me pin it. I'm gonna pin it. If you want to know what it is that we're talking about, take 3 minutes out of your life. Just 3 minutes out of your life. Give that a watch and see how you feel about it. You'll also have all the resources available there to help you out if you don't like what's happening there. Because, as much as you think that this is about food or choice or whatever else, this is about fighting for animal rights. And just like you deserve to live, just like you deserve to not be treated like an object, just like you deserve to live your life how you want without the fear of somebody treating you like an object or exploiting you, so do they. And that's all we're saying. Let's respect everyone in the process, not just who you think it deserves it.
Well said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be kind to all kinds.
Yeah, be kind to all kinds. I want to give a shout out to Gradual for being the first to comment on the last stream. And who was first today? Oh, Youngblood. Youngblood was first to comment on the stream, so thank you for that. Normally we also have another contest where we give a shout out to the person who finds the number, but there was no number in the thumbnail today. So.
Oh, a number? You're hiding numbers?
I'm finding the number in the thumbnail now. Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Okay. Be vegan. I don't know, and be smart. Don't just be like, don't just do what everyone else does, right? Right, Lodewijk, isn't being vegan about standing up against the status quo and actually doing the right thing?
Yeah, it's doing the right thing when everybody else is basically doing the wrong thing, and and that takes some courage. It means that you're going against the grain. But when you think about it from first principles, you think about it whether it morally makes sense to eat animals. It just doesn't. There's just no good justification to do what we do to these animals. and there's also no necessity behind it anymore. So it's just possible, and the reason why we do it is because we have a hard time changing. You know, it's just like, why did we keep slaves? Why did we repress women? Why did we have racism? You know, it's for these things there were also no good reasons, but we did them because everybody was doing them, and it's not like we're finished as a society. Like, oh, now it's 2026. We know everything now. We're morally 100% in the right place. No, we should evolve.
Yeah.
And in the future, we're all going to be vegan, and we're going to go and look back on this period of gassing pigs and having cows that produce 10,000 liters of milk, and chickens who lay an egg a day, or chickens who live for 6 weeks and almost can't support their own weight. We're gonna look back on this period and be fucking ashamed.
We're gonna call it something like the Dark Ages, because it's pretty dark what we do to them.
I mean, even in Star Trek, they had that, like, oh, you still eat meat, like that's so fucking barbaric, and we think that we're this, civilized society. And to a large part, of course, we are, but we're not done, and so we should evolve, we should be better, and being vegan is just a logical next step. And it matters a lot because we have 90 billion land animals a year, trillions of animals each year that are being killed, are suffering unnecessarily. So it's not like a small issue also, like in terms of scale, it's just fucking big, And even if you say, well, animals are not the same as humans, I mean, humans are animals, but if you say, like, for example, a chicken is worth 100 times less as a human, or even 1,000 times less. So we're killing 65 billion of them a year. Like, do the math. Like, translate that onto some type of scale of suffering, and that scale basically outweighs pretty much everything else that we're doing on this planet. So it's not a small issue. And we fucking need to change, and it's not that hard even anymore. It's like, I don't consider myself to be some kind of saint to be vegan, I find being vegan just as easy as not smoking, it's just the way I live, it's not hard at all in Amsterdam in 2026, like fucking shops are full of vegan products,
Yeah.
There are vegan restaurants everywhere, like I'm gonna eat a red velvet cake next week on, a vegan, and it tastes fucking amazing, So it's just, there's no necessity whatsoever, and I should probably stop preaching. Yeah, but that's how I feel about
You
it.
can't
Pretty
compare
passionate.
it to the European Dark Ages. Yeah, it was exactly. It's worse than the European Dark Ages. What they go through, it's way worse.
It's barbaric,
Yeah.
like castrating pigs without anesthesia. How can you not call that barbaric? And we know we have anesthesia, but we don't want to use it because it costs money. So that's how little we fucking care. And why do we castrate pigs? Because then the meat doesn't taste good, Like, how selfish can we be, And then we make bacon out of it, which is a fucking class 1 carcinogen. I mean, people are fucking. It's totally fucked up, from all angles.
Master Zeke, you say you're gonna keep eating eggs. Watch the 3-minute video, Master Zeke, and see how you feel about that, okay? Because you learn about what the problem is with eggs, okay? We're gonna